Well, there it goes. Today. I'm going to turn that. I don't know if they can even hear it because there's something weird with the music thing.
You want me to make you tea?
No, I'll wait for the tea when Rabbi Sal comes on.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yeah, because I got coffee here. I got hot coffee here. To begin, the Dave's Gone By Facebookio Podcastio Programio of the stream on this Saturday morning. It is December 23rd, 2023. Basically our second to last show of the year. And we're very, very happy to have you with us. And so I get up this morning, and once again, I mean, it's very, for the past many, many years, I would get sick once a year. Once or twice I would get a cold, and the cold would last about a week, on and off.
Right there. Come.
I would, hold on, Joyce has to check something here. What is it? Dandruff? Oh boy.
Okay, there you go.
And I would get a cold, and it would be one cold for the year, and it wasn't anything terrible.
Because
What?
I think for both of us,
Yeah.
your body performs at a high level during the semester, and then when the semester stops, your body's like, okay.
No, I got sick twice during the damn semester.
That's true.
I did. I mean, it was just not a good season for me, and for you either, health-wise.
But that neck thing, I feel when I put the neck thing on the balm, it's like whatever's in that thing, I feel great.
For people who have no idea what the hell she just said, I put the neck thing on the balm.
I have neck balm, BLM balm,
yeah.
cream.
But yeah, so, but once again, I
hope this present is not related to Santa goosing you at Trader Joe's.
Well, we got to show. So much to talk about. So much to unpack.
Let me just give you the
Yeah,
pictures so
all
you
right.
have them.
So, but yeah, so I come again. I felt a little tickle in my throat 3 days ago. I was, oh no, not because you know now. You kind of have that feeling. You're absolutely fine, and then you swallow once, and it's like, oh shit, what the hell's that? What is? But this was a much milder, whatever the hell this is, than I had the last two times. This didn't go down into my throat. It's just been, as you can see, eyes and throat. But it's like my third cold of the past 4 months. It's really fucking annoying. But anywho, I'll tell you what isn't annoying. So Joyce and I were like, we got to stock up on stuff. We haven't been to Trader Joe's in several weeks because it's kind of a pain in the ass to get there in the park and to deal. You know, I used to love Trader Joe's. We used to live in Hewlett, Long Island. And there was a Trader Joe's when we had a house. It was a quarter mile from where we lived. We didn't have a car back then. And even when we were staying with my mom and my dad, the Trader Joe's was like half a mile away. So we were always there. And when they first opened it, it was the most wonderful store ever. Because they had all of this unique stuff. It was tasty. It was cheaper than things you would get in other stores. And it wasn't especially crowded. Yeah, go ahead, make tea.
No, because
yeah.
I mean, you can't talk.
Yeah, I'm going to need tea. So it was crowded, and it wasn't crowded. It wasn't crowded at all. And if there were more than like 3 people, and I've talked about this on the show, more than 3 people on a line at Trader Joe's, there'd be a guy in like a Hawaiian shirt who would go to a bell and he'd just start clanging, ding, 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 and like all hands on deck because they got that nautical, like, what Key Westy theme for the whole place. And suddenly, like, they open up a new register immediately. I mean, it was just great salesmanship. It was a wonderful way to run a store. And of course, everything was different at that point. They had their own brand of everything. But if you wanted a snack, if you wanted chocolate, if you wanted potato chips, if you wanted... Notice I'm doing all the snacks first. If you wanted frozen vegetables, if you wanted frozen dinner foods that you could heat up, if you want fruits and veggies, they were excellent. And you would just go in, and it was this most pleasant and delightful experience. And then this lasted for a couple of years, and then everybody discovered Trader Joe's. And the store itself didn't get bigger, and the parking lot didn't get bigger. It's just the customers and the clientele quadrupled. And suddenly, now you can't squeeze through an aisle. Now it's like this person's there, that person's there. You don't know where to go. You just want to get the fuck out. You want to get what you get and leave, right? Because that's all you can think about. It's like, oh, this isn't fun anymore. I've come here. You know, I like to browse. I want to see if they have any new stuff that they put on. I want to see if they ever bring back the chocolate-covered peanuts again. They haven't, right? Or you know, they have milk chocolate. covered raisins as opposed to dark chocolate covered raisins. No. But, you want to look, you want to poke around, you want to see. And meanwhile, it's just like, no, because there's someone going that way and someone going that way, and your cart is in the way of someone else. It's as bad as any other store now, only worse in some ways, because these supermarkets tend to be more, the big ones tend to be more spread out. And there's a ton of people, but you kind of navigate more, and there's more places to kind of go and catch your breath. But it's still TJ's, it's still there. I'm glad they succeeded as a business, as an enterprise. They deserve it. So we go to Trader Joe's, I think on Thursday evening, whatever, or Thursday afternoon. And we're like, okay, we haven't been there in a while. Joyce needs to stock up on peanut butter, which she has for lunch almost every day. I want to get their giant chocolate bars because, and the other stuff that they have. And it's pre-Christmas. It's a madhouse. It's people going left and right. We park all the way in the back of the parking lot just to make sure we get a space. And we come in, and I look in the window, and I was like, oh, Joyce, you need to, you have to. Because was not expecting this. Was expecting crazy crowds. Was expecting, and by the way, I say this, and we did not have a long line to wait on, and they got through things pretty quickly. It was very manageable. So it's not as if, as you have with some of these other stores, you get to the checkout line, and you're waiting 5-10 minutes just to check out. They moved. So I will give them that, but I will also give them, I'm like, Joyce, you're not gonna believe this. And I look, because I see this red thing moving around inside the store, towards the front of the store. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So we go in, and yes, Trader Joe's has its own Santa Claus. And it's not branded for Trader Joe's, it's just Santa. And I was worried that he would be something like, raising Salvation Army shit. But no, it was just like a promotional cool thing for the store. A lot of people shopping for the holiday, a lot of people shopping, I guess, with kids. It's like, ooh, Santa. And Joyce immediately is like, and I'm immediately, Joyce looks at me, and she's like, you want a picture with him, don't you? And I'm like, internally, I'm thinking, do I or don't I? Because it's kind of goyish, right? And it doesn't really, I tend to do Jewy sort of thing. If they got Santa Claus, I would have been like, yeah. But, it's Santa. What do I? But at the same time, I'm like, never turn down a photo op. Never, if the photo op is in front of you, you always get the photo opportunity. So I'm like, yeah, I want to. If I'll take one, and it's not like the lunatics in Times Square in the Elmo suits and the whatever else they drive, Pac-Man and Pac-Lady and inflatable floating wavy man, all the people, the Sesame Street characters they have. It's not like them who are there basically making, on some level, a living and then extorting people. It's like, $2, $5 for a picture. What's the matter with you? This is just a guy hired presumably by the store to do what he does, to wave to people, wish people a Merry Christmas, Happy Holiday, and so forth. So he's standing there, and he's carrying one of these. Not quite looking like this. It's more of it doesn't really look like a stocking hung by the chimney with any kind of care at all. It's more like a brown sack. He has a small brown sack. I don't know why. I have no idea what's in it. But he's got it in one hand, and he's waving with the other. So Joyce and I bravely go to this man, and we go, hey, Happy Holidays. Do you mind if my crazy husband gets a photo with you, Santa? And he was very polite. He said, yeah, sure, of course. God, I'm sure he does it all the time. I'm sure he takes 20 or 50 pictures a slot when he's there. So thank you very much. Thank you. So I go next to Santa Claus. Joyce gets her camera ready, to pose, for me to pose with him. And I'm like, oh, this is great. We have very nice smiles. We're like, yay, smile, smile. And I realize, before I realize what's really going on, something, just sparks in my brain. And of course, the way I put it, being me, I'm like, did you just grab my ass? Because I felt something. I mean, the man, we're standing like this. We're side to side. Here's the picture. Here's the actual picture of me and Santa Claus, or, Yeah, of Santa Claus and me, little grammar there. Nice picture, right? Really nice, very nice fella. It looks a little blurry on here, but it's not. It's pretty good. So, and this was just 2 days ago. There's Santa. I already have a cold. You can kind of see it in my face. And it was very cool. But literally, as we're standing there together, I feel what I presume is a hand on my ass. I'm like, Santa? And literally, I was like, do you, this guy's hand on my ass. And I say this, of course, loud enough, of course, because it's me, for like half the store to hear and kind of give a look and sort of know I'm joking, but I'm not joking. I feel a hand on my ass. And what it turned out was, this is a true story.
This is like that story on the Family Guy when Peter goes to get his
the proctological exam.
Yeah.
Yes. You had your finger in my Mr. Griffin. It's a proctological exam. You had your finger in my. But.
So I made.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tea, but I also brought a lot of ice.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a feeling it might be too hot for you. Just hold on.
But what actually happened was Santa had his hand on my back.
David, it's very hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. Did you put any ice in there?
No, but you can have ice. Why don't you take it? And
well, I'll have a sip to get the steam.
Yeah.
And then I'll put some. Maybe pop one ice cube on my. Thank you very much. Yeah, that'll do me just to have a sip or two. Thank you very much.
There's the cover.
Oh. Yes, I have a sippy straw. I have my own sippy straw.
No, but you need that because you were.
Yeah, I haven't talked like I'm trying to do a show and I've still got a cold.
You have a little bit of the weight tea that I did a second press of the K-cup.
I got my Taylor and the K-cup press.
No, but you have a little extra weight tea in there, so it's good.
It's
and I
extra.
Gave you honey. I made you a nice blend.
Oh, thank you.
If you need, I have more. No, but you need David because you're not. Yeah.
No, I'm still sick. I'm better. I'm better than I was most of yesterday, where I slept on and off all day.
You did.
But here's the deal. Here's the reveal. What happened with Santa was.
Or so he says. Because look how you said Santa, you're touching my ass, and he smiled really big. I spent like 2 days watching how the Baltimore Catholic Church did naughty things to students, and then he had that smile, like he did. Look at the smile of Santa.
Yeah, I showed the picture on the screen. But
Santa had some fingerprint checking or something before he got in that role.
I wonder.
I hope he was somehow screened.
The weird part was I checked his hands. He had no fingerprints, so he's not a past. No, he had his hand on my back, like on my the small of my back, and he was still carrying that sack.
What was in it?
I have no idea what was in it. It's probably like for nice children. He gives a little something.
It's probably fake. It's just like,
maybe like coal, lumps of coal or something.
Yeah.
So what happened was his hand was on my back, and the sack was still hanging from his hand.
Why was
I might want to rephrase that.
Hand?
Because his Santa carries,
Usually, he carries it over his back.
Well, he didn't. He wasn't. This was not some big, like a sailor carrying one of those bags.
Trader Joe's Santa.
Yeah, it was smaller than this. It was literally.
Oh wait, that thing's shedding all over.
Oh dear. It was smaller
that
than this thing. So he's still holding it. He didn't put it down. And what happened was, it went down along my back, and it came and was flat against my ass. So that's why it felt like Santa was grabbing my ass. It was his bag.
That's what you're telling yourself. That's what you're telling yourself. It was the bag. It was the bag.
Well, what was the old joke? I won't be able to tell it right, but there's this old joke about this guy. Because I had this. I don't know. I felt a little weird at the proctologist exam the other day because the doctor got behind me, and he had like his left hand on my left shoulder. No, he had his right.
You gotta close that. That light's open. Close that black light. Yeah.
All right. He had his left hand on my left shoulder.
Yeah.
No. He had his right hand on my. No, he had his.
Honey.
Oh my God! He had both hands on both my shoulders. Dang it. Dang it.
Why don't you open your gifty, Papa?
All right. So this, we live in.
You got all like schmutz on it already.
It came like this. This was outside our door. It was there all night, I guess. So somebody, I'm guessing, I guess I know which neighbor. I
No,
don't.
it's not from a neighbor.
What the hell do you think this is then?
I know what it is. I saw. When you open it up, you'll see.
So, notwithstanding the fact that Joyce and I are Jewish, or she's proto-atheist and I'm kind of Jewy, but here's the hell is this? Oh, did you see who it was from?
Oh, let me see. Janice wrote. Oh.
So our realtor was kind enough to drop us off a stocking,
Oh, that's nice.
which is very sweet. I had no idea who this was from. I just see this lumping thing. I think it's like, oh my God, it's Grover or Elmo has died and lain in front of our front door.
It does look like Elmo, like a Elmo got run over by a reindeer.
So she filled the stocking with, stuff, and I have no idea. I said I'm going to open this on the air. I don't know what this is going to be. So thank you, Janice. Even if it's crap, thank you, because this is so nice of you. And now we have to get her something.
Whoa.
Oh, look at this! You love these things.
I love those things.
Look at this.
That's like high end fancy.
Yeah, that's Coldwell Banker. I guess she's allied with them.
That's her. She's a realtor. That's her agency.
Not to do a commercial, but hey, thank you. This is exactly the kind of thing you wear.
I'm gonna wash it and wear it ASAP. This is gorgeous.
Oh, I hope she got the jock strap I was looking for.
The blue is beautiful, David. What a beautiful. What does it say here on this though? High performance transport. Ooh.
Now we're talking.
You know what I'll do? I'll wear it when I see her.
Yeah, you got it. You have to, yeah. And look, chocolate quinoa crisps.
Ooh.
You love quinoa, I love chocolate. We'll be in the middle.
Right? Healthiest for you, honey.
Yeah, well, yeah.
She always had good taste in foodies.
She did. I think there's a book in here or something. I don't know what this, or a plate or something. Maybe another carving board. I don't know. I'm opening the thing. Oh, yeah. Yay, another carving board. Yay!
I don't use it because it's so pretty, but I'm going to use it now because it's the
because we have another one now we can use.
It's the perfect size for small veggies.
Yeah. This is so
great.
Cool. And when I do circumcisions, or Rabbi Saul does. Oh, I feel what I think is a cookie cutting mold thing.
If we wash it, I'm going to wear it.
Well, yes, of course I'm going to wear it.
Oh, it's a miniature booty sock.
Oh, it's a booty sock, but I think you make
cookies.
Cookie things. I will do this.
It's big sock, little sock. Here, I'll take it. I'll take this one.
Ta-da! Here.
Give me the candy too.
Here's the quinoa, dark chocolate sea salt, chocolate quinoa crisp. Thank you.
Yeah, that looks like the thing what's the thing you eat all the time? Those flat waffly things.
Oh, stroopwafel.
Yes,
it's like a stroopwafel. Here we go. Oh, more stroop, dark chocolate sea salt, more stroopwafely quinoa thing.
Nice.
Oh boy. Oh, what a happy thing. I think there's a pen. What?
Okay, no, you had a weird look.
Yeah, no, pen. Pen. Always, I'll use a pen. This is nice.
That's
absolutely
pretty.
Always love getting pens.
Lovely. That blue is like my color.
It saves me from having to steal pens from everywhere else.
Blue is the color of the agency. Everything's blue. See, look, blue.
Oh, it makes sense. Yeah, this is their stuff. Hold on, there's more. But wait, there's more.
She really stuffed that stocking.
That's what she said. Oh, and fridge magnets. This is our.
Oh, she looks great, Janice.
Yeah, she's
a
babe. Yeah, she's.
She looks great there. Good girl.
Easy on the eyes, she is, and she is. Well, I'm giving it like her whole.
I could put one at school when we move to the new building if I'm allowed. I'll put one in my office, and then I'll put them in my office. So if people want a realtor, I could recommend her.
And this is
I'll put that in my office.
I think this is a sticker of some sort. I'm not sure.
I don't know if that I think is like for it's I think it's just a sticker.
A decal, maybe?
I don't know if it goes on the car. I don't know where it goes.
Oh, another pen. I feel another pen. These are the best.
She really crammed that stocking full of stuff.
She did. Oh, and look.
It works.
It's a ballpoint. At some point, they're going to stop making ballpoint pens because no one writes anything. But yeah.
The weird part is the pens say another realtor's name.
No. Oops.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, maybe she's working with her. She might be training someone.
Oh, that could be. And Girardelli. Ooh. Girardelli chalk. Don't tell potato. There's a what on it. Yes, don't. Yeah. That's an name joke between me and the missus that you don't have to know about. And here's another Girardelli with with a what on it.
Just potatoes don't like snow people.
I don't know why. I don't know what their
They find
issues.
them like, weird. Like, how do they live when they're made of snow? Right? It disturbs them. Like, they know you can't live made of snow. You need organs. They know that.
Or at least a piano.
Yeah.
All right, I think we have a little more Girardelli. Oh, it's a blue Girardelli, but it also has a snow person on it. That's unfortunate. All right, I think we're coming down to the last of it. We're getting down to the Betty Harpers, as it were.
Oh, this is sea salt. These are peppermint. And this is sea salt.
Oh boy. Oh boy. What could this be? What could this be? There's another article of clothing thing. Feels like it could be like the hats I kind of wear.
Or maybe it's a bag, recyclable bag. That's the jam.
It's oh no, it's a hat. It's a hat. What? It's a hat. Yeah.
That's adorable. Here, that's for you, Papa.
Let's see if I can wear it. Or would you wear it?
No, because I have the shirt. It's not fair to take both.
You
look great.
Thank you. Yeah, I do not have a hat head. I can't wear. There's always one side that kind of sticks up weird and does. Hats.
No, please do me a favor. If that thing's shedding all over the place, can I have them?
All right. Well, thank you so much to Janice for.
Wipe your shirt, so you have it right there.
I got a little thing. Yeah.
You could use this on Bunion watch though, if I can get all the schmutz off it. I don't know what this is made of. It's
like a shag carpet from the 1970s.
It actually feels like if Unicorn and Ufti had a baby.
Oh.
That's what this thing feels like. It's soft like Ufti. Oh, and you could use this on Bunion watch.
Oh, I totally could. By the way, what Joyce is talking about is a segment that we do on the show.
This was so lovely. The hat for you.
Called Bunion Watch.
The hat for you, and I'll wear the
jacket, of course. Yeah. But Bunion Watch is coming.
You need more tea,
where we check my bunions, which is going to be very
Yeah,
exciting.
but for the holiday season, you could wear the sock to keep your foot. You could keep your bunion foot warm.
I think I can fit both my feet in that same one sock.
Janice had been watching and saw that on Bunion Watch you needed to cover your bunion foot.
Yeah, I was really thinking. No, I wasn't. But I was really thinking about taking nail polish and painting my bunion blue for the holiday. Like my right bunion blue, my left bunion red. Just for excitement.
You can't paint your skin with nail polish.
What would
paint
happen?
Your nails. You don't paint your skin.
Well, you paint your nails. You don't sometimes get some on your
but
toe.
It's to paint your skin. It's your nails, not your skin.
Yeah, it's a little gross, but it's not like Goldfinger. I'm not going to do my whole body.
My bunion. I could put like blush on your toe.
I do not put blush on my toe. No,
this is really cute.
Acrylic paint, perhaps. So thank you so much to Janice. Thanks to all of you for tuning in to the 923rd episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio Podcastio Programmio of the stream with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my wonderful wife Joyce, and coming up in just a little while.
Do you need your tea?
I do need my tea. One of my favorite.
Do you need a coaster you could put it up, or you just drink it that
way? Well,
I've
got.
Here, now put it here.
Here, I can replace this. If you can take this. This is my coffee.
That's cold. Yeah, it feels cold. If you want more coffee, let me know.
Thank you.
But I think the milk is probably not the best.
Oh, So Rabbi Saul Solomon has been on this program since our very first episode back in 2002. Rabbi Saul, our beloved figure, our spiritual leader, founder of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. Rabbi Saul will be here to interview an actress and singer named Stephanie Trudeau.
Like Gary Trudeau?
I don't know. I'm not sure if she's related to him or to Justin.
French name,
yeah. Stephanie Trudeau. And actually, we named this episode Just In, Trudeau. Get it? Because just in Trudeau. So she is doing a show off Broadway at Theater for the New City called Becoming Chabela, which is all about a very, very iconoclastic and apparently very well-known singer-actress named Chabela Vargas. Going back, we're talking, I think, to the 1940s, 50s, 60s. And Chabela Vargas had you would be very interested in this. She was friends with Diego and Frida, and she was more than friends with Frida.
Yeah, of course.
So, I mean, it was like on the QT, a very, very deep love affair that they had. But the thing about Chabela was, long before gender exploded in this country, she was performative male gender. She essentially smoked cigars. She was like very, very male in everything she did, even if she wasn't dressed or,
Yeah.
I mean, she was essentially an out lesbian.
Wow.
back then.
Yeah, I hear you.
So, and also she was beloved for her singing and for her music. So Stephanie Trudeau is doing this
and I
show.
Think she used to dress as Santa at Trader Joe's and touch people's tushies.
Did she really?
Yes.
Yeah, she did. That's how Tony Bennett started.
Yeah.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I thought that was Frank Sinatra. Come here, I got my bag. I'm going to touch your butt with my bag and sing you a nice song.
Actually, Sinatra, he wouldn't do it. He would just put two fingers in your back. It's like,
God.
you're going to hire me. I have friends.
Nobody would be like Santa Claus.
So, but Becoming Chavella is playing. Where is it playing? It's at Theater for the New City from, it's already playing now. It started a couple of days ago, running through early January at Theater for the New City downtown. So we're going to be talking to, or Rabbi Sal Solomon will be talking to Stephanie Trudeau about her show, Becoming Chavella, here in the Daverhood. And that's going to happen in just about half an hour.
Curious how she picked that piece. Did she write it or did she?
I believe she created it.
Wow.
The songs are Chavella's. But
she created because sometimes it's different when you perform something than when you create something. You know the difference, right?
Yeah, but it's a biomusical that she created. Oh, yeah, we got to talk about this.
He wants to be on the TV.
All right. So another thing that happened this week.
No. He wants to try eating candy. Sticky candy. He wants this.
All right. Listen, we need to unpack this. All right. Here's the deal. How did he get on the Jag though? This I don't understand.
I think he saw an ad on TV for Invisalign and braces, and how they said if you have bad teeth, nobody loves you, and then you get fancy teeth and everyone loves you. That's what he told me.
So Potato, one of our beloved potatoes, said, and he was insistent
for weeks
about this. Like, I need braces. Meanwhile, potatoes don't have teeth. But he was like, Mommy, Daddy, I need braces. I would look so much better with braces. And, trying to convince them otherwise. Because I went through, 7 or 8 years of orthodontia, and it was horrible. It was really, really awful for years.
But they don't see that part, like social media and TV. They don't show the bad parts of things,
And it's probably not that bad anymore. Now you don't have, I had wires, pointy wires in my mouth that were so sharp that literally, it would stick out when they twisted it.
Oh, God.
That he would give me wax and would take balls of wax and put it on the front of the sticky out wire.
They couldn't find a better way to.
This is 50 years ago.
God.
Literally 50 years ago. So now they've got Invisalign. Now they've got all these different things they tie in the back. They do whatever. But for me, it's like, okay, we're going to have this. It's going to go around. We're going to twist this metal around your tooth.
Did you have to do that, or did they do it?
They did. They twisted. Every time you went, they adjusted a little bit so it would move eventually the tooth more. But, you have this twisty wire around the front of your tooth, and it would just cut right into your lip. So you have to put, wax balls on front of my teeth just so that would rub against my lip. And I would still get canker sores. 2 or 3 canker sores every fucking week of my life for, I still get canker sores, but not from that.
Everybody with braces gets this, right? This is common.
Back in
the day.
Back in 1968, or 71, 72. But anyway, Potato wouldn't listen to this. He said, no, I need braces. So Joyce wisely said, we have dental coverage.
We went to Michael's and got those pipe cleaners. They've served us well. That was one of the ones that you did with your wiggly tube. Your bending tube. What's the tube? Tube bending?
Buchanan's tube bending, yes.
Yes.
My wiggly tube is something else here. I think we know that.
Do you need your tea, honey?
Well, I'm good. But here's Potato, Joyce fashioned Potato, a retainer, which is kind of beautiful.
But he wears it all the time.
Don't they always? Or they take it off when they sleep? Or they wear it when they sleep and they take it off?
He just wears it. He loves it.
I just remember the girl in South Park. Is it Wendy Testerberger?
She'd always talk and it would fall out. Like that,
So this is Potato. He has his braces, his retainer. He's very happy. But now he wants to try eating the dark sea salt quinoa. I wouldn't recommend it, Potato. I wouldn't. Maybe later. That's wise Potato.
Wow.
Yeah, I got potato sores in my mouth.
Oh.
That's because it does hurt. He does get the little sore things. Do you have Anbesol for your peel? I don't even know what I'm saying. This is the show. If you've never seen this insane show, this is what we do every Saturday from 9 until noonish. or thereabouts here in the Daverhood. It's just nonsense.
Honey, wait, I can do
Wait,
it.
you got to turn and put the volume.
Honey,
Yeah.
you need help.
I do.
Testing. We need help.
I think this time of year, this particular year, we all need just a little bit of help.
I
what
have
else?
it there later because I'm sure the rabbi will want that.
Oh, for his conversation, yeah. What else happened this week? Speaking of help, we saw a friend of ours. We went to a coffee shop
Oh, yes.
and inadvertently witnessed a crime. So we live in a nice part of Baltimore. We live in northern Baltimore, away from urban blight and whatever else you want to. Although parts of Baltimore City are really kind of great, but we're in suburbia where bad things don't happen. Except we're sitting at.
Yeah, look in Hewlett. Your one neighbor murdered another.
Oh well, that was a Valley Street, but yeah. I think that was also 50 years ago. Kelly Tinez and Robert Golub, which granted, shit happens. Shit happens every. Oh no, and there was also that murder. You're right. A couple of years ago, I think it was in Seawain or that area. There was the that happened too.
Yes.
And so far I've gotten away with it, but stum. Yeah. Love that megaphone. So
I'm coming for you, honey.
yeah, thank you very much. But yeah, okay, stuff can happen anyway. So, but we're with our friend at Pete's Coffee Shop, which is over in Hunt Valley.
Which we love.
Yeah, it's a nice coffee shop. It's an alternative to Starbucks, and it's pretty nice. It's a coffee shop like any other. It's mellow. It's fine. It's it is what it is. And we're sitting there having a nice convo, and unfortunately, my back is to the counter because we're at a table for two or three seats. So I'm facing away from everything, and you guys are facing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And then suddenly we hear not broken glass, but like ka-chunk. Like a chunk.
Scuffling and running.
Yeah.
I saw the young girl. I thought that there's a space, I guess, in the counter in the front where you can walk through. Like there's glass, like a glass partition. But I thought the glass partition broke. But the young girl, the coffee shop girl, was running through it. I thought she broke it, but there's an opening.
Yeah,
So
I guess there's just
like a transverse. Yeah.
So from what I was able to glean, again, I saw nothing because of my luck. I'm faced away from everything. I'm literally
chowing down with you. Had some kind of coffee, some kind of cinnamon, yum.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But the point is, I would be a terrible mafioso because mafiosi know that when you go into a restaurant, you go into a place, you take the back table and you face the door. You face.
No, but it's also a thing that soldiers and military people do.
Oh, really?
For security, like in a room, you never in my old office in Colorado, my back was to the door. You never do it, right?
Mm.
You always have it so that you could see, right, and that your back is protected and you see who's entering or exiting.
Or at least have a mirror or something.
Yeah.
So I don't see anything. You guys had a better vantage, even though you were to the side.
I didn't see the event occur. All I saw was the girls from Pete's running out the door and the guy running, and I was like, what happened? And then someone's like, oh, somebody took money from the tip jar, but I looked and the jar was there. So I was like,
well, you can reach,
no,
she can grab it. It's a big bowl.
But there was still money in it, not a lot.
Well, the girl, apparently this woman, had been sitting towards the back and kind of keeping to herself. And eyeballing the jar. I'm waiting for her moment, apparently.
Oh, wow.
And then, you know how it is. You've got second. Well, you don't know how it is, but you've got second. You've got to run, jam your hand in.
I couldn't do any of that.
Well,
I don't have the dexterity.
That's why there was still a couple of bucks in the jar, but because she wasn't going to stand there, thumper around, grab every bill. You got to go fing, fang out the door. And so that's what she did, apparently. I saw nothing.
Yeah, I didn't. I just saw the aftermath. And then what I did was you went to refill my tea because I love the tea. And I gave a $5.
Yeah.
And then our friend gave a $20. And then everybody.
She gave a $20?
Yeah, she took money from the her paperboy thing. And then all the patrons start putting money in. And then I said to the girl, put it under the counter because I'm a mother. I'm like, Yenta. I'm like, take all that and put that somewhere.
Yes and no. The problem is, the point of that kind of a tip jar is if you keep it away from where people people can't
but
give.
what you can do is you can periodically, take stuff out of it.
That's smart.
Put it. Yeah, that's what I said to her. Put it
That's smart.
take the money and put the money in an envelope or something.
Yeah.
Because I know they probably have a system where they split it from shifts or they split it at the end of the week. So just save it and then do it.
Yeah, put that in the back in a safe or somewhere, and then leave a couple of bucks so people know it's a tip jar.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I always leave a nothing tip because it's like $4.50 for a cup of tea. I'm like, fuck you. What are you doing? What are you actually doing?
We get a refill.
Yeah, that was very nice. Who knew?
Good,
We never do because we take and go. This time we were there and she refilled it, so it was worth it to give her.
It was delicioso.
But I always leave a little nothing, like a 20-cent, 25-cent gratuity on the thing because they're working. They're like, I get it. And thank God we're in a situation financially where I can't leave a $20 tip like our friend, and I don't even feel comfortable leaving a $1 tip most of it. But
what was disturbing though was our conversation with our friend taking.
Well, do you want to talk about that or not?
That was upsetting. I worry. I just worry. As somebody who has so many health conditions that I can't take any medication, I worry. It's like, I don't know. I would be scared of surgery, so I don't know why people do it electively.
That's not surgical.
No, but it's the same principle. So I can't take medication, so I wonder why people would shoot. That's just my own weirdness.
Do we want to be specific about? No. So, but it's a thing that our friend is thinking about doing to lose weight. Okay, and we're not talking about going on a diet or running around and exercising.
Those things are hard. It's very hard.
Yeah, well, right. Of course it is.
And there's no guarantee. All my life I struggle because of thyroid and medication I take.
Mm-hmm.
You get heavier. And then with age
me too. I didn't have a belly when I was in my 20s. I was a rail.
You look beautiful in that shirt. That shirt, you could wear that's like a wedding or some fancy event. That's really,
nice.
The pattern is gorgeous. Yeah. It's that's one of the ones I was on the line at Marshall's, and the woman said to me, "Where'd you get that? You were wearing it." And she said, "That's beautiful." I said, "We got it here last week." Yeah.
And it accentuates my nipples.
Not really. No. It's a beautiful pattern.
But, but you and I together are hearing about this, and it's like,
we were just kind of shocked.
Take this thing, which involves medicines in your body, injections, not because, God forbid, you have a disease, but because you will get some pounds off.
Some people might argue that if you're overweight, it could be a disease too.
I get it, but I do not. But then again, I would have argued against my friend Jeff for doing the stapling. Well, Jeff Goodman, whom you know from this show, he co-hosted the show for about 2 or 3 years.
I don't have your phone. I could show you.
Here.
I'll show the picture. No, that's my phone.
Oh, my phone?
Yeah, your phone. You have pictures of Jeff.
Oh, I got to go and find them.
Okay, I was going to say, I don't think I have any.
But back when Jeff was on the program weekly.
Both you and Santa, look at the expression on both of your faces.
We were both very happy. Well, he was grabbing my ass, I thought.
You both look so happy. That's the happiest I think I've ever seen you. Look, and he is happy too. It's like I've never.
Well, he is Santa for crying out loud,
he was just a Trader Joe's worker who was happy. Probably didn't have to bag someone's groceries.
Good point.
I bagged the groceries, and the guy was so freaking happy because they're probably doing a lot of stuff. He was like, "Thank you so much for."
Yeah, he was cool. Well, we had a lot of stuff, so we were packing a lot of.
Yeah, I burst one of my peanut butter, so I had to put it in the fridge. It probably popped.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's okay.
But anyway, Jeff and I did co-hosting duties for a couple I said duties for a few years. And he was back then a big over 300 pounds. He was a big guy.
That's big.
At a certain point, he ballooned to over 400 years later. And he, it was a situation where he was walking with a cane. His hips, everything hurt him. It was just bad. And he tried different things. He tried different diets. He tried getting prepared meals. And it would work and it would not work, as these things do. So eventually he went for...
David, a Norwegian cruise liner was hit by a rogue wave and it has no power.
Whoops. You're scared.
Oh my God, you got to see the people. They're wearing orange jumpsuits.
But he made the choice to do the gastric bypass thing. Which I don't know. it is health related. He was at the point of morbid obesity.
Here's your cruise ship day.
Oh God. He was at the point of morbid obesity, of to where it was more than just cosmetic. And he said, no, this is the only way. If I don't do this, I'm gonna die. I'm probably gonna be 500 pounds, and there's no help. So he did it, and it has been a few years now, and he has never looked better. I mean, when I first saw him after he had the bypass and the stuff, he looked older and frail because he was so big for all those years that you look a lot younger than you really are because there's all that collagen in your face or something. You don't have the wrinkles. You look like your 30s always.
Yeah, that's true.
And then what happened was, I see him at the Long Island Railroad. We come to do a show together, and he's like, suddenly, who is this skinny old man? And it freaked me because he was thin, which was amazing, but he looked good.
He looked like me as a premature baby. He had no fat, but a lot of extra skin.
Right, yeah, he later showed me, like, he pulled up, he showed me, like,
don't.
the stuff that he would have to have removed.
That's the problem with a lot of people after they do weight loss surgery. Then they have to go back for surgeries to, mama.
But let me tell you something. Over the years, he now looks fantastic.
David, Super El Nino likely in Maryland.
When?
I don't know.
There's a super baby flying over Maryland?
No, Super El Nino's a storm.
Oh, I thought it'd be like a super baby, like a little son going,
it.
"Hola, me voy al Navidad." No, it's just a storm. Oh. And it's super baby. Oh, Nino, I should say. But it doesn't say when it's coming. And when they expel. All right, well, yeah.
I don't want to know. Just look at the picture of you and Santa. We're grabbing each other in an inappropriate way.
Well, he was grabbing. Well, I have my hand on like him somewhere on his back area, his robe, whatever the hell he wears, and he had his hand on my back, but his back on my ass. So that was a moment.
We can do maybe next week. We'll go to Whole Foods and see if their Santa will do any naughty with you.
Oh, we gotta go. Well, when you say next week, Christmas is 2 days away. We gotta go now.
We can go after.
Yeah, but there won't be a Santa there after the 25th.
Yeah, there might be. I'm sure there will be.
There's gotta be. I'll bet all up and down Maryland today there's Santas in like malls and I don't know about restaurants, but
we'll see if there's a Santa when we go for your steak later.
Or craft fairs, or like those thrift things we haven't been to in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Invariably, this would be the time. It probably would have been last week. We probably missed it.
I think we missed the holiday ones. Yeah.
Anyway, what else? What else do we need to talk about? We also have Greeley Times, by the way, of what's happening on the show. We've got Stephanie Trudeau
at 10
talking to Rabbi Saul at 10.
Okay.
We have Bunion Watch. We have Colorado Limerick of the.
I'm gonna order my mom's groceries. Let people know.
Do we do that? Can we do that on the show? That'd be kind of cool.
No, the problem is I don't know now. This is going to be the paradox. You would think that with the holiday time there would be more workers, so grocery orders would be quicker.
But there's more people.
It's the reverse because more people are ordering, so it's even taking longer. So I don't.
Well, she's not going to get these groceries until after Christmas. I'm sure tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I hope Sunday. We're going to see. I'll order now.
Yeah, because today is what? Today is the 23rd, 24th. So Monday is Christmas.
I'm going to try to order today.
Yeah. She won't get it until Tuesday, probably.
I don't know. I hope she can get it sooner.
Well, is she out of things, or is this just a weekly?
Her helper got her stuff. I don't know what she wants. Cool. She called last night, but I was not.
I think they're low on KY, which
I think I'll tell her I'm going to send her to Trader Joe's and have Santa give her a little toot.
Huh?
Grab her in the butt.
Well,
when I was at Disneyland with my mother, I went to Epcot.
Yeah.
And I swear to you that Chip or Dale goosed me. So my mom likes to take a picture with Chip and Dale. And one of them did grab my tushy.
There you go. They do it. I have
a lot of tushy to grab, but one of them I couldn't. And they both were in identical costumes, so I couldn't out if it was Chip or Dale.
That's it. That's how they get away with it.
Yes.
I wasn't. No, I was.
I was between.
Was it Chip or was it Dale,
I
man?
I don't know.
We can't bring this to trial unless you can identify which chipmunk it was. But yeah, and we have Greeley Times coming up.
Do you need more ice in your tea?
No, I'm good. It's getting to a nice temperature now. Okay. And what else? Greeley Times, Colorado Limerick of the Dam, where we're going to Penrose, Penrose,
Hey, maybe
Colorado.
maybe the rabbi could wear this on his head, like
Let me try it.
like a Russian hat. No, it's not big enough.
Yeah, that will fit. I think that would fit on my head. Let me try it. Let me try. I love that about the rabbi's head because his head is bigger than. Oh no. Well, this is problematic.
No,
God knows what kind of animals were living in this, but no, it's not gonna. No, no, afraid
It's
not.
better for
But-
Bunion watch.
I can use that as a condom.
No, Bunion watch. Oh yeah. Is it big enough, David? I don't know. Small enough?
Well, before I get fully hard. Yeah,
You're a sick man.
I am. So, we're gonna save Greeley Times until after the interview that we have. Oh, you know, Dan Greenberg died. Dan Greenberg, who
Remind
wrote
me.
How to Be a Jewish Mother, very popular book
Oh.
back in like the 60s, I think
How
it
old
was.
was he?
Oh, he was 87, so he lived he had, I don't know how the hell he does this. 73 books to his credit. I mean, a lot of comedy,
They
satirical.
all were 5 pages.
Yeah. 73 books. Can I say what just happened? No.
It was a Bronx cheer.
It was indeed, yes. I did not know this. His first wife was Nora Ephron.
For real?
Yeah, no, really.
Whoa, that
His,
makes sense.
yeah, 3 wives, but she was the
What a-
first. Yeah.
It makes sense because they were writing collaborative. I'm going to sneeze again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, because yeah. But Dan Greenberg, I remember everybody had that book of our
Generation.
Jewish generation. Everybody had How to Be a Jewish Mother. They turned it into a record album. They turned it into it was a thing.
He hit the pulse of something.
Yeah. The dying pulse of post-Holocaust Jews, basically. It's like, Gesundheit. And then
I think I'm allergic to something in here. Maybe the sock.
that could be the sock. So what else happened this week? I made my notes, but we covered just
We
about
had a lot of fun. I mean, we saw our friend. That was nice.
right.
We got we got the bird seed.
Yeah, we've been so lazy, and I've been sick too. But we purposely bought birdseed because we know this is the time of year. See,
That's what Richard, your friend from Valley Stream, said. He was a birder, and he said that it's good to feed them in the summer, but in the winter they lack.
oh, he was like, don't feed them in the summer. In
Oh,
the
no?
summer, they get tons of worms. They have places to eat and have water everywhere. You don't want them relying on that. Let them be birds.
Okay.
It's in the bad weather when there's
They
nothing
need
growing, when
help,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
That's when you want to throw some
Why don't they
food.
just apply for Bird Meals on Wheels?
Yes.
And they could deliver. They make like an FDA regulated healthy meal. The
Yeah.
birds could get the meal, and then they could save one for the weekend and heat it up in their bird oven.
And they should get seed stamps
Yeah.
from the government. Yes.
And all these churches, they could just fly over there and be like, chuk, 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 and then get some seed.
But truly, we should do it today. Oh, Wolfville. Sorry.
Oh,
The
okay.
feeder.
Yeah, I know I'm sneezing. I'm sorry, David.
But we have birdseed, and we're gonna add a little bit of hot pepper flakes to
I
it.
think let's not do it. Let's just take what we have in that container because that's hot and just,
Yeah.
shake it up a little bit because that stuff is killer.
And so if you have bird feeders outside, this is the time.
Yeah.
This is cold weather, storm perhaps coming. This is when birdies could
the
use
man
it.
said that we didn't want one with nuts and give the
This happened.
yes
This happened this week. We go to the
pet store.
pet store
Well,
because
it's a local chain. It's not a big chain.
yeah. So it was like and they didn't have the one with the hot flakes in it. They were out of that. And that's the one you get because it repels the squirrels.
Mhm.
But we have a bird feeder that supposedly repels squirrels anyway. We'll see. So we get a thing, but we're looking at a couple of different types of seed that they have, and it was something about peanuts that some of the birds they love peanuts. What exactly led up to what happened?
I
here?
don't know. He just was talking about nuts.
Yeah, well, yeah. He mentioned something about a bat of squirrels holding their nuts.
Yes.
Squirrels holding their
And I
nuts.
covered your mouth and your face. I said, please don't say anything.
Too late. No, I think you tried to, but or did I just give the look and you weren't? Yeah.
You were like, I was like, oh, here we go. There's like people buying like stuff for their grand dogs and stuff. We can't, although they are going to have a pet puppy rescue
on the 13th of January.
Yeah.
So, if we're here, we'll do that maybe. But
we can play with them. We don't have to take them.
that's what she said about my testicles before we were married. But
that's what I said about Marino.
Oh man. But yeah, that was a moment. You have that moment where you lock eyes with a customer service person who knows that he can't be naughty. He's in an unfortunate position because he sees the pun or the double entendre just as you do.
He did the setup. That was a complete total. Oh yeah.
Oh, you think he knew?
I think he did a setup.
Oh.
I think he looked at us, thought these people are fucking nuts.
Why?
We are.
How would he know before we start talking and stuff that we're nuts? I mean, we are. But and then he's like, well, something about squirrels want to hold their nuts. And I'm like, and Joyce is like, and then we both made little jokes after that. Me and the guy at the counter made a follow-up dirty reference, which was kind of cool. It's like,
David, you better.
Well, they're not here.
Is she in the room?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Well, what?
I just forgot. I have to get some stuff.
So let me remind you. Oh, let me tell you some good news about the show. So I have been complaining, as Jews do, relentlessly about the hosting service that does my website, davesgoneby.com.
Can you find a new one?
Oh, well, I mean, when I feel better, I'm going to start to look for someone just to deal with my website and deal with stuff. But the messed up thing about this place is it's called Bluehost. And they've been hosting my stuff for like 20-something years, right? It's where my websites are, is where I load everything up. It's when it works, like everything else, when it works, you don't even think about it. You're just, hey, I'll pay my bill, everything works, great. When things go wrong, you get immediately like angry and like, why isn't this working? Why can't you fix this in 10 minutes? It's just a coding thing, do it. And the issue I was having with them over the past bunch of weeks was a pretty simple issue. It was just basically like, I'm no longer able to load up the archive episodes of the show.
Is it a space thing, like space?
Yes, supposedly. There was a coding thing and a space thing. And I would get on chat with these people, right? Because instead of making a phone call waiting to talk to somebody, I thought, well, I can work and do while chatting. But that is exponentially more time once they actually get on the phone. So I get them, and half the time, they're telling me they're fixing something. They haven't done a fucking thing. I mean, there was one time, this actually happened 3 weeks ago or something, where I get on the chat thing, and the person on the other end, I'm guessing, is so tired and so overworked that they're literally typing like letters and gibberish back at me.
Oh my God.
It was like, X, Y, L, 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 Y, Y. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ, wake up. Wait, you're customer service here. This is what they have working for them in the middle of Chennai or Mumbai, because everyone is Shashpreet and Shukpreet and Shamit and did this and that. And sometimes they seem great. And then you say, have they fixed your problem? They give you a survey immediately. Have they fixed it? Yes, 5. Yes, 5. And then they haven't done shit. But then every once out of 4 or 5 times, you actually get one who's like, oh yeah, this is an easy fix. It should be done in because they'll usually say wait 3 or 4 minutes, and that's 20 minutes. And sometimes they do something, sometimes they don't.
Wow.
And then finally, a week and a half ago, they fixed one issue. They got the site back up.
Oh, good.
And it was great, but I was still having problems uploading.
Is it like a bandwidth or something?
I don't know what it is. There should be. There's no reason.
I think you probably need someone to develop a better infrastructure, like the city of your site, like the building has to be better. Probably.
Yeah, my site is old. There's no question about that. But at the same time, the actual fix is if you have someone who knows what it is, it's one fucking click.
David, that's what it is in medicine, in teaching, in religion, in any discipline. You need a diagnostician, and some people just know better. And even when I call helplines, I know the people are being trained, and I know the people know their stuff, right? So it's not like you know, some person might be like, oh, this is a simple fix. And somebody's like, I've never seen this before. And then they're probably like down a rabbit hole. I usually know when I want a help line, they say, let me bring in my supervisor for some help. I'm like, oh boy, they have no clue.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, at least let them do that as opposed to
but-
making believe they
that
know
they
what,
know,
what
yeah.
they're doing. So one thing that did get fixed is, and I need to do one more tweak,
Yeah.
and I still haven't been able to do that with other people I've spoken with. But the main one,
Yeah.
the idea of being able now, I can now go back and upload video files that are up to 3 gig,
Oh, great.
which is 90-something% of the shows
Yeah.
that we've done with Dave's
What
Come
would
Back. This is a
make it-
3-hour video show.
What would make it bigger than 3 gig if you play
It
video?
was a 4 or 5 hour show. Sometimes I can't even.
Oh.
Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes there have been episodes.
If you share screen or play music.
Yeah, it uses more width that day,
Yeah,
and it's 3.5 or 4 gig.
Oh.
And those I still can't upload because I on my end there's one little tweak I have to do, and I thought I didn't think big enough. I was like, oh, it just set me for 3 gig. I should have said 4 or 5, and boom, because they set the site itself for 4 or 5.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know it either until one right chatty out of the 10 that I've been dealing with over the past 3 months, 2 months, whatever, figured I was like, oh yeah, we just need to do this PHP thing and increase the width, and we got to increase your PHP on your thing where you can upload. It's like boom, boom, boom. If I had done it, pick the right thing, that I'd be completely set.
Oh, wow.
But I am 80-something%
That's
completely
great.
set, which means that I've gone back now and
added
re-uploaded all these shows
That's awesome.
that have been
Yeah.
in. Okay, I mean we've had the shows on the site, and they play, but they've been
Slow.
what do you call it? The video quality, the audio quality of them has been compressed a whole lot to get them under 500 megabyte. Because that was my limit for no good reason. There was I'm paying for a professional
You know what it
hosting.
was?
Yeah.
It's like many things. Like all it is a click of a button, but until you know you have to click that button, you don't know. That's life. Yeah. It's like why isn't this working? Like, oh, you got to go back and click a button.
Yeah, simple. I mean, simple on their end. Simple. So at least they fixed that to the point where now every show that where I've had to compress, except for about 4 or 5, that were still the files are still too big for me to send up. But we're talking a couple dozen shows.
Can't you just do it in 2 parts? Like do the show in 2 parts?
Well, then I have to cut that, and that becomes.
Okay.
So, but what's really nice is I've saved the original files, the original 2 and 3 gig files, and those are now, because I was sending people for a couple of months to archive.org
Which is
to watch.
It's a backup.
Oh, God bless them. God
It's an
bless them.
archive.
Yeah. And there, the higher quality video files have been. Now you can watch the higher quality video files at davescomby.com
That's
too.
awesome.
I'm very proud of that.
Yeah, you must be so happy.
Well,
I think it's great. I'm glad that you worked it out.
Me too. And I'm also very happy to announce that we have a guest in the Daverhood who's going to be joining us. She is going to be talking to Rabbi Saul Solomon of blessed memory. He is the founder and spiritual leader of Temple Sons of Bitches in Great Neck, New York. He will be talking to Stephanie Trudeau. She's an actress, a cabaret person, a singer, and she is doing a brand new off-Broadway show about a beloved Costa Rican and Mexican songstress and iconoclastic artist named Chavela Vargas. So she is going to be becoming Chavela, and we're going to be becoming Jewish with her and the great Rabbi Saul in just a moment from now. Shalom, my friends, and shalom, everyone, and my enemies too. Welcome to the Daverhood. We are here on this Shabbos morning, December 23rd, 2023, to talk with a singer, a performer, a writer who is doing a new off-Broadway show called Becoming Chavela. This is how I pronounce it. I say Chavela. She will not know. She's shaking her head. She it's Chavela. Oh, she's Costa Rican. Oh, she's Mexican. There you go. I pronounce it Chavela, and that's just the way it is. But we are delighted to have with us in the Daverhood today. Her name is Stephanie Vargas. She is a 2020 Bistro Award winner, that is for cabaret in New York. And she has a lot to tell us both about her life as well as the life of Chavela Vargas, who knew people like Elizabeth Taylor, and she was a big influence on Pedro Moldovar. We got a lot to talk about. So welcome, first of all, good Shabbos to you. Welcome to the Daverhood, Stephanie Trudeau.
Good Shabbos. Hello.
Hello, shalom to you. How are you? You look great. How's it going?
It's going great. Thank you. Thank you.
So is
recovering from laryngitis, but fine.
Isn't it the way that just before a big show, you're like, oh no! Were you able to rehearse?
Not rehearse, but I got to a wonderful ENT doctor. She's called the Wizard of Oz. She's brilliant. And she fixed me up, so I was able to open the show on the 21st.
So wait, how did she fix you up?
Well, it's really, I mean, it's pretty simple. A steroid shot and, stuff to, no. Hey, I have nothing against modern miracle medicine. It works. It's really about swelling, and you need to take something to stop the swelling.
This is called marriage. No, I'm kidding. But just kidding there. So this is, let's talk about your current show first.
Yes.
We'll get back to this, because obviously your head is all right into, you just opened this show, Becoming Chavela. Now, you've been working on this for a few years. You've been doing cabaret situation. When did you first start working on Becoming Chavela?
Probably about 5 years ago. I started working on it. Someone suggested I listen to her sing. Well, I was developing a show, women composers, here's to the girls. And I was, trying it out in my living room with friends, etc. And a friend said, and I was singing Spanish songs because there's actually great Latina songwriters, Spanish women songwriters. So a friend said, you should listen to this singer, Chavela Vargas. And I said, does she write songs? And he said, who knows, but listen to her. And I have to say, she totally captivated me. The voice just spoke to me, everything about her. I started doing the research, and she hijacked my life. What can I say? Goodbye the other show, and it became Becoming Chavela.
Well, what was so special about her as opposed to other Latina singers or artists and so forth?
Well, I don't know what's so different compared to, let's say, another singer, another songwriter, let's say. But she was a really iconic force. Not a gorgeous voice. As a matter of fact, she was called the rough voice of tenderness because her voice was truly rough, truly raw. Her emotions were just absolutely right exposed. I mean, to the bone. And some people have said it was like watching her, it would be like watching her come alive, die, and then come alive again. And it's true. I've watched tons and tons of recordings, and she is fully committed to every note that's coming out of her mouth. I mean, it's truly it's like a performer like, let's say, Judy Garland,
right,
or honestly,
for somebody like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a full on commitment, total emotional commitment. Anyway, and the life was very fascinating, and it's, when I say iconic, all right, here's this young girl who ran away from her home on a farm in Costa Rica at the age of 14, ran away to Mexico City, threw herself into a life in Mexico City of getting jobs and just finding her life, fell in very luckily, I would say, into the crowd of Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. She ended up going to a Christmas Eve party. And as she said, she didn't go home in the morning, and she stayed and lived with them for a year. Now, what did that do for an 18-year-old unschooled girl from Costa Rica? Kind of a hick. It opened up a whole world. I mean, they were the center of Mexico culture. Their home was the home to everybody. So
And
she met.
yeah, allegedly Frida opened up her legs too. I mean, weren't they?
They were, well, she says Frida was el gran amor de mi vida, the great love of her life. And I think I can accurately say yes, because Frida did write to a Spanish poet, and she said, "Today I met Chavela Vargas. She is an extraordinary lesbian. I wouldn't hesitate for a moment to take my clothes off for her. I think she's a gift from heaven." I'd say they got it on.
I would say that. I mean, maybe Diego watched and did murals.
Who knows? There's lots of stories about what their life was like, but we don't need to get into that.
No, no. But was she what you called back in the day an out lesbian?
No, she was not truly out because she couldn't be. I mean, we're talking about the 40s, the 50s, and even though it was the most liberal country in all of Latin America, it was still, Mexico was still patriarchal. It was still Catholic. It was still what it was. So she could not be openly out, but it was like, as someone said to me, as long as you were kind of discreet about things, it was okay. You know. And she was running around in circles where a lot of stuff was going on. So it was okay.
But wasn't she performatively butch, or is
Pretty
that
much.
going so
Oh,
far?
yeah. Oh, yeah. And the interesting thing is, okay, she decided to sing a music, ranchera, which was, well, it's songs from the ranches. It's kind of Mexican country music, a little cowboy. Um, it was music that only the men sang. Only men sang ranchera. Women did not sing it. They weren't, I mean, it wasn't acceptable. Actually, women didn't even sing mariachi until the mid 1950s. And who kind of broke all of that open? Chavela Vargas. Because
Oh wow.
she was singing this men's music, even when the audiences were screaming and booing at her, she plowed ahead.
Oh my. Yeah.
The other thing she did is she never changed the pronouns. So here's all these love songs that men are singing to women. She just sang it with, the women pronoun. Yeah, so she was pretty gutsy, I would say, and very trailblazing. Now, how did she really get away with this? Great friends. And one of the greatest friends was her mentor, Jose Alfredo Jimenez, who was probably the greatest ranchera songwriter.
Wait a minute. Wait. Jose Jimenez, wasn't he on the Steve Allen show?
Oh, you're thinking about that other guy.
Another Jose. Jose Jimenez. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
different.
you're thinking about somebody else. Yeah.
I figured it had to be.
No, there actually is this man named Jose Alfredo Jimenez, who there's a couple of them who were singers and songwriters, but he was really a solid ranchera songwriter. And he decided that he really liked the way she sang his songs. I mean, the story is someone said, "Hey, Jose, go to that bar and listen to that girl singing your songs." That girl. And he decided, wow, I like the way she sings my songs. So he decided to write songs for her, to let her sing with him. I mean, obviously, that says this chick is okay. She can do it. And everybody shut up and listen. And they did.
So at
They
what
started
point
to listen.
did she become iconic? At what point did she go from being an up and comer to having something of a name to being Chavela?
I would say probably by the 50s,
Oh,
she was a really big star in Mexico, huge star in Mexico. I mean, all the movie stars were coming down to see her. She was playing all the big clubs in not just Mexico City, but Puerto Vallarta, Acapulco. And remember, in the 1950s, these were the glamour spots of Mexico. She sang at Liz Taylor's wedding to Michael Todd. Obviously, she had
whoa!
cachet. You know, obviously she was a star.
How did she? Well, through friends, but was she and Liz Taylor friends, or she just was kind of so famous that they chose her to sing?
That, honestly, I'd have to say I don't really know. I don't know if they were friends. I don't know. I'm
Or
not even going to guess.
Taylor probably heard her singing. Oh my God, this would be great for our our nuptials, if you will.
Right. Well, I would imagine that, yes, because Liz Taylor was going down to Mexico City. They were all going down to Mexico. I mean, it was a big deal. Obviously, they went down for their quickie divorces. That was one thing, but they were going down because Mexico City was really the fun place to go, and Acapulco was like super fun place to go. Puerto Vallarta was, beach towns. They were great. They were great resorts, and it was like easy to go down from Hollywood to, someplace like that.
So the one thing that I'm a little curious about is, with all due respect, until I got the press release for
Right.
your show from our mutual friend Jonathan Slaff, who's a wonderful press agent that I've known for years, but I had never heard of her. She was so
Most
famous. I mean, Carmen Miranda. We all know Carmen Miranda, and there's some, Carlos Gardel from Argentina. He's kind of. How come, with all due respect, 100 people on the street, one might have heard of Chavela Vargas? What happened?
Well, I don't think it's true. She is not well known by, let's say, the non-Latin population of America.
Yeah.
To be rude to say the gringos. She's not, she's not
All
known.
right, no.
She is known certainly in the Southwest. She's known, I mean, I'll run into Mexicans, even young Mexicans, and they go, of course, Chavela. My parents always listen to Chavela, or they know her. Why isn't she famous in America? I don't know why. Although she played at Carnegie Hall in 2003, and it was standing room only. I mean, it was a sellout house. So
Wow.
there were enough people in New York who certainly knew of her. She just didn't cross over. And I think, honestly, some of it is because she always remained truly authentic. She sang ranchera in the truly authentic way. She didn't gussy it up. She didn't gussy up her clothing. She didn't wear fancy clothes. She didn't wear bananas on her head like Carmen Miranda. She didn't do those kind of movies. She was a lousy actress, by the way. I've seen some movie clips of her, like from the early 60s. She's terrible.
Oh, yeah.
But who cares? She
But
could
it's
sing a
say-
song like no
And
one.
in 2003 at Carnegie Hall, she incorporated hip hop into her.
Oh, no.
song, or no, she still was doing what she did from the beginning. How
She always did what she did. She always dressed in her particular clothing, which was a little asexual. Was, like I said, not glamorous. She wore like this poncho called a jorongo, very Mexican looking. She wore pants. So she was never doing the sex thing at all.
I feel sorry for her then. No,
Well, you know what I mean. I mean, she
Yeah.
wasn't trying to be sexy, like a hot Latin. Never, never, never. She truly did what she did, and she sang just with two guitarists. So she's again did this music in its most authentic way. I think it would have been hard. Johnny Carson was probably never going to have her on his show. I just, just don't think so. And she sang Spanish.
Well,
She never. None of those songs were ever translated. She didn't speak English. She only spoke Spanish.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All these stars were coming down to see her, and then it was a Mexico, California thing. She didn't. Well, let me ask you, in your show, which is called Becoming Chavela, which is running from now through January 7th at Theater from the New City downtown, what is your take on, you do a bio musical with her songs and stuff. Do you have an arc? Do you have sort of like the story of her life? What is that?
Okay, so my arc and the story of her life. Yes. First of all, I begin the show with my mother's origin story because my mother was Puerto Rican. My mother came to New York City when she was 4 years old. And I wanted to start with that because it's kind of an immigrant story as well. So I wanted to make that connection of a circle of a little girl coming to New York City. And then that jumps to me, a little girl growing up in the Bronx, listening to my mother's Latin music, hearing this Spanish, hearing this music. And then along the way, discovering that all of the songs that I thought were Puerto Rican, because the big pop songs, Latin pop songs of the 50s and the 60s that we all think are Puerto Rican songs, most of them really were composed by Mexican songwriters. They were the great songwriters. So that was very
interesting. Give
interesting.
me like the most album, La Bamba, was that Mexican?
That's Mexican. Of course it is.
All right.
Yeah, no, that's Mexican.
La
I mean,
Cucaracha
I mean, to go on it. Bésame mucho. Everybody knows Bésame Mucho, Mexican song.
Wow.
What a difference a day makes is actually a Mexican song, Cuando vuelva a tu lado, and it's a Mexican song. So I start with that in the show just to give this sense of like, wow, wake up, listen to what's going, this
Yeah.
music and what it did for me. And then looking at all of this music, I came across Ranchera and I came across Chavela Vargas. And her singing was such a knockout. I had to sing the songs, I had to tell her story. As a friend said to me once, she said, "You got to give this woman oxygen. She is incredible."
Oh,
So that's what I, so that's where the show goes. And then I basically take it through her life. A young girl running away to Mexico City, meeting uh, Jose Alfredo Jimenez, getting her chance to sing the music she wants to sing, make a life that she wants to make, and then meeting Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera. And, and at one point she goes to Cuba and she has a whole life for 4 years in Cuba, which is pretty interesting. Comes back from Cuba. She was a terrible, terrible alcoholic. Almost, yeah. I mean, because it's a whole drinking world, and it's like the women, are sitting there drinking with the men and matching them glass for glass, bottle for bottle. She was a terrible alcoholic. Got to the point where she had to stop because she couldn't sing, she couldn't work. As she said, she was falling down. So she disappeared for 15 years. People thought she was dead. I mean, she really just
really?
ran off to the mountains and disappeared. Stopped drinking, came back into Mexico City, got offered a job to sing again at the age of 72 after being gone for 15 years. And Pedro Almodovar, who the great Spanish movie director, he had been playing her singing in his movies for years. He adored her. He called her his muse. When he realized she was still alive, he got in touch with her. He just, he decided this was his chance to really to meet her in person, and he decided to produce her. So he introduced her to audiences in Spain and France, throughout South America. He's the one who really gave her her comeback, her second act, and made her a world star. She'd always been a Mexican star, but because of Pedro, she became an international star.
And also at that age, I'm sure her voice even more fit the ranchera style. The gravel was now lived in rather than a 20-year-old making believe she had gravel.
No, she was totally living in her voice. She said, I sang songs of my memories, my love, my life, and I never did anything halfway.
Wow. By the way, we are about halfway through our chat with Stephanie Trudeau, who is doing a show called Becoming Chavela at Theater for the New City. Please get your tickets. It's running from now through January 7th. Now, I thought at first, did you have an opening night, or was opening night the 21st? I thought
Opening night was the 21st. We run Thursday, Friday, Saturday at 8 p.m. and a Sunday matinee at 3. So it's this weekend, next weekend, and then that first weekend in January.
I mean, it is a musical. So what do you have accompanying you? You've got a little.
I actually I have a guitarist who's wonderful, wonderful. He's from Argentina. And I also have a percussionist, because I do some American songs, so I'm not being totally faithful to Chavela using percussion, but it sounds damn good to have the percussion.
Now, speaking of American songs, because we've been talking, monomaniacally about this one person, but you've had a life of doing some other things, including. I'm going to do a little sidestep on this, but the producer of this show, Dave, one of the first books, grown-up books that he ever read, after reading like children's books and the Hardy Boys and things like that, is he was a Bob Dylan fanatic. He got to Bob Dylan in junior high school, and he read the first big bio of Dylan by Anthony Scaduto called
Yes.
Dylan. And it was like a 500-page book, and he never read it, but he was obsessed, so he read it. You worked with Scaduto.
Well, I was married to him. Yes. We were married almost 40 years. Anthony Scaduto was my husband.
Okay. I should have done a little better research on that.
No. Why would no? It's perfectly okay. No, Tony and I met in the like 71, 72, and he had just published the Bob Dylan book. It's called Bob Dylan, An Intimate Biography, and it is the first serious biography of Bob Dylan. Probably one of the it's probably one of the first serious biographies of any pop, pop artist. So was there, and the thing is, Tony was a journalist. He was working at the New York Post. And he decided to do this as a journalistic treatment, not the usual kind of fanzine thing. So he did all this amazing research. He did these amazing interviews, and it's quite a wonderful book. Now, fast forward, just before Tony died, and he died 7 years ago, we discovered in the basement all of his interview tapes on reel to reel, really old school retro. And we were trying to figure out what to do with it. He wasn't feeling very good he was at the end of his life. And he just said, I don't know. I don't care what you do with it. I decided to do something with it. So I had them digitized. I then had them turned into Word documents. I got a publisher, University of Minnesota Press. And this was largely done after my husband died. And I edited all of this 250,000 words down to 125,000 words. And it's the interviews, it's the rough material, it's what made the book, Bob Dylan, An Intimate Biography. But the best thing about it, I feel, is it's the art of the interview. For anybody who's at all interested in like what goes on in the process of interviewing somebody, this is the heart. And Tony was a master interviewer. So the book is still available. It's University of Minnesota Press, and it's called The Dylan Tapes.
Now, let me also ask you, though, you have this material digitized. Did you explore the possibility of having a concurrent website where this material could be listened to and downloaded, or would you have to go through copyright shit because it's people's voices, famous people, and all of that?
I'm not sure so much. I'd have to talk to an intellectual property lawyer about that. I had no problem with writing the book because those interviews had already been given. So in the written word, that's one thing. I'm not sure about the audio. And I have to tell you, I was also working on Chavella at that time. And it's, how much can you juggle? Honestly, there's only 24 hours in a day.
And my day, 14 and a half, because we go on a Jewish calendar thing.
Okay.
It's rather different. We're talking with Stephanie Trudeau, by the way. Speaking of which, you mentioned earlier also, I know we're flipping all around.
Oh, it's okay.
A Bronx girl, if you will. You worked at a museum, the Bronx Museum, for like 2 years. You have to have some crazy stories, I'm assuming.
Not crazy. I mean, it was a lovely place to work. Well, I was in charge of visitor services and the gift shop, given a budget of 10 cents. And how do you fill it up with items to sell? What I did though is I went to the Bronx cultural, the artists, what is it like the Lower Manhattan Cultural Center, or anyway, for the Bronx. Every borough has its cultural organization, and they had a group of artisans and artists that they were working with. So I got them to just consign stuff into the shop, and I was able to fill up the shop with this wonderful, wonderful artwork done by all these different artists. And I made it, had to be Bronx artists. So that was sort of, I worked there for 2 years, and I really enjoyed working in the visual world, which was kind of new for me because I'm a singer and an actress. But I came to that because just before that, I had a Fulbright in Italy for 9 months.
Oh.
And I was working in Italy on three saints feasts, looking at the music, the artwork, the foods, the whole cultural traditions, and comparing it to the way these feasts are celebrated in Italy and the way they're celebrated by the Italian American communities.
So
it was
like a master's thesis or dissertation?
No. I had just applied for it. I thought, I want to go to Italy and I want to get a Fulbright. And my son said, you'll never get it. It's like the hardest place to get a Fulbright.
Yeah, right.
I did it. I wrote a pretty good, I guess I wrote a good proposal
If you
because
want
I
to go
got
to Suriname or Antarctica, sure, they'll send you over. But you want to go to Italy, it's like,
yeah.
yeah. How about Hawaii? Yeah, no. Good for
No,
you.
I said that's the only place I want to go. If I don't get it, I don't get it. But I got it, and so I had 9 months there working a little bit out of my field. I mean, there was still music involved, but I was edging more towards some visual art. So when I came back to New York, I got that job at the Museum of the Bronx Museum of the Arts, working in visual stuff. And one of the things that I do in this show, I've added this visual component and made the show very multimedia. So when I am talking about Chavella and I'm talking about her life and talking about Frida and talking about Mexican art, I have the images in back of me. And I've got them projected on these two beautiful screens that are framed.
Right.
And so it illuminates what I'm saying, what I'm singing, and it illuminates the life. And I
Well,
just wanted to
speaking
add that component.
of the life of Chavella and becoming Chavella, you're working
Absolutely.
on a short movie, or is it finished? Is it
Oh,
a
I
film
did.
version of
I
this?
did a short movie. It's finished, and there are segments of the film also in the show. I made that film kind of like towards the end of COVID. I mean, what were performers doing during COVID? We had and for me, it was horrible. I won a Bistro Award in 22. Well, not, I mean, that makes it sound like sort of this self-absorption. No, I mean, it was awful for everybody. But I had just won the Bistro Award in 2020 in March,
Was it for
performed
this show? Was it for this?
for
Was it
this
out?
show, and the entire world closed down for 2 years. And then, we were all just like sort of wandering around in the desert trying to figure out what to do. And a friend of mine said, she's a film director. She said, I'd like a project. I have, cinematographers who would like a project and blah, blah, blah. So we put together a 17-minute film that's been shown at a lot of film festivals. It's won some awards. And as I said, the beauty of it is that I've taken segments of the film and that's in the show as well.
Now, we've been talking with Stephanie Trudeau here in the Daverhood. Just got a couple more questions for her, but of course, you need to see Becoming Chavella, not just the movie, but I don't know, can people see the movie anyway yet? Is it posted somewhere or is it?
No, I mean, no, it's not really posted. It's not like, yeah, on
Right.
YouTube or something.
Yeah, and certainly don't have it posted while you're doing a live show over at Theater for the New City. So, what happens for you after January 7th? Are you going to take this to other places? Are you working on other projects? What's happening with you?
I am taking this to another place. I'm taking it to Borrego Springs, California. It's the desert. It's near Palm Springs. And the reason I'm taking it there is because my film was in the Borrego Springs Film Festival last November, or January. I'm sorry, it was last January. And after the film festival was over, and I had won an award at that film festival, I said, guys, you should let me do my show. I mean, like the real deal. So January 19th, I'm performing in Borrego Springs. And after that, I think I'm going to take a little break because I've been going since the middle of the summer. I did the show in Fire Island. Then I did the show at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival for 3 weeks in August. Now I'm doing it at Theater for the New City, which is thrilling, off Broadway. Then I go to the desert in California, and I'm not so sure. I can
How does
tell you,
Edinburgh is so mad, and I haven't been, but so I've heard it's so crazy, and so 1,000 shows competing against each other. How was it
it
for
was fantastic. I have to say, and the audience just kept building and building and building. People were loving it. It's a great place to really work on your material and work on what you're doing because you are doing it for all kinds of different audiences. You just never know who's going to walk in and watch you. Um, and it's a pressure thing. You've got you go in, you do your show, you get yourself out of the theater because it's one person after another,
yeah?
and you try to see as much as you can because there's so much great theater and great singing and just fantastic.
And
Edinburgh is an amazing place.
did you have to spend your part of your days papering and go not paper but
Yes.
making people, come see mine as opposed to that one. I mean, how
Oh,
much
yeah.
time was spent like marketing yourself?
Yes, you go to like, the Mexican restaurants, you go to the bars, I found the gay bars, I found the Mexican restaurants, whatever market I thought was going to make it, I was out there. Yeah, that's exactly what you do.
Absolutely.
Market, market, market.
One more question for Stephanie Trudeau, our guest in the Daverhood, because as you may have noticed, I'm of the Jewish persuasion.
Yes.
You seems you were looking over at the world of the saints, and then you taught music in a Catholic school for a certain period of time. What is your thing with religion? Are you Catholic? How Catholic are you? How Catholic were you brought up? What's your religion thing?
Well, I was raised a Catholic. I went to Catholic school for 8 years as a child. I'd have to say I'm totally a lapsed Catholic. I'm not religious. I think I have certainly an appreciation for anybody and everybody's. I'm inclusive, um, but I do not practice a religion myself. Um, yeah, I am accepting of whoever and whatever. I firmly believe in separation of church and state.
No, but when you mentioned that you were specifically studying how the feast days are done, I mean, I thought there was more.
Well,
That was
again, I'm looking at as I look at a lot of stuff just from an artist's point of view. So, I have a great appreciation for faith, and I have a great appreciation for what it has inspired. And it inspires amazing things and amazing art. You know, a lot of other stuff, I can let that go. But yeah,
I mean, without faith, we wouldn't have Mel Brooks' History of the World Part Two. So there you go. We wouldn't have no Part One. Anywho, we've been talking with Stephanie Trudeau, who is the creator, the writer, and the singer and the performer of Becoming Chavela, which is running now through January 7th at the Theater for the New City. Is that on 10th Street? What is that, 150?
yes, it's on First Avenue and 10th Street.
First Avenue, 10th. And people can get their tickets at the Theater for the New City website or
Or they can just walk in and get it at the door. Yeah, either.
Remind me, what is your website? I should have taken this down.
Becomingchavella.com.
Coming Chavella.
Very simple.
Chavella, because you can certainly get a link there and
Yeah.
and get your tickets there too. So my last question for you is: do you have a favorite Chavella song? And can you sing a snatch, if you don't mind me using that word, a snatch of it for us?
Oh, okay. I mean, I love all of her songs, but let me sing. No, no, no. I will sing one of the songs that I closed the show with, and it's about her passion for life and for singing. She says to return to a passionate life that makes me crazy, that tortures me. I'm drunk with this life. I love and die for this life. That was what she was about. So it goes like this. Este amor apasionado anda todo aborotado por volver. Voy camino a la locura, aunque todo me tortura. Sé que nos dejamos hace tiempo, pero se llegó al momento de perder. Tú tenías mucho razón, le hago caso de corazón y me muero por volver. Y volver, volver a tus brazos otra vez. Llegaré donde estés, yo sé perder, yo sé perder. Quiero volver, volver. Volver.
And may I just add, arriba, arriba, and coming back to
Viva Chavella.
Viva, Viva Sophie Trudeau. Oh, it's not so. I'm sorry, Stephanie Trudeau. All week long, I've been thinking of either Sophie Marceau or Justin Trudeau, or the other time, I'm trying to get the names together. Stephanie Trudeau, whom you can see in Becoming Chavella. Thank you, Stephanie. It was just been absolutely delightful. And everybody, please go to becomingchavella.com to get your tickets to go see her at Theater for the New City and hear more singing like that. I know you're going to want to. Shalom to you. Most happiness, most success, and I hope your throat stays, because now you're in it. You're in it. No more steroids. Gotta do it for you. So congratulations and much more success with the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Shalom.
Shalom Dios.
Sí. Shalom Dios. Bye-bye.
Oh, yes. Stephanie Chabella there, here in the Daverhood. Stephanie Chabella. Oh, something's wrong with my brain today. No, it's Stephanie Trudeau doing Chabella Vargas in Becoming Chabella. Obviously, you're going to want to go see that show. And you have a couple of weeks to do it, so go do it. Don't make excuses. Don't say, oh, well, COVID is back. It's the holidays. Oh, it's cold. Get your tickets. Go to Theater for the New City. And what's lovely about that, too, is she's got a guitarist, right? She's got percussion, too, so it's not just her doing a cappella. And shows at off-Broadway theaters like Theater for the News are not $180 like Broadway or $380, whatever the hell it is. It's a reasonable, good price for an hour or two of entertainment. You're definitely going to want to do this. Well, this is me. I'm going to say to my Goyish friends and viewers, a most happy you-know-what-mas to all of you, happy and healthy. I hope you get the gifts that you want. I hope the spirit of the season, and it's been a pretty horrible season, but the spirit of the season lifts you and gives you all good things, and all good things for the end of this year into the next one, from every one of me to every one of you. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, oh my goodness, musical day here in the Daverhood. I hope the Facebook didn't block out like all the music there and the music that Stephanie was singing there, because there's this weird thing. I've got it set for original sound for musicians on, but last week for some reason it wouldn't even allow through any kind of music that we were wanting to play. But anywho, most important thing is we had a lovely time with Rabbi Saul Solomon. Remember, you can find out more about him going to shalomdammit.com. Shalom, D-A-M-M-I-T. Shalomdammit.com. This is the place which has links to the interviews he's done on this program, also to his rabbinical reflections, his mini sermons. I'm hoping he will have the time to do another one for our next show, our end of year program. He usually does one of those for our finale, our New Year's Eve shows, which, yes, we are going to have a New Year's Eve program on Dave's Gone By next Sunday night. But again, shalomdammit.com is the place where you can watch Rabbi Saul's stage show, Shalom Dammit, an evening with him that he did at the Richmond Shepherd Theater, so many years ago. And then he did it at the Roy Arias for a week or two as well. But the main thing is we had cameras, we had it taped beautifully, and it's there in all its beautiful original glory. All you got to do is go to shalomdammit.com and you can watch it. That is also the place where you can watch episodes of his hilarious TV show that he did for Long Island Cable TV back, that's going back a few years as well. Anyway, shalomdammit.com and becomingchabella.com for our new friend of the Daverhood, Stephanie Trudeau. I'm Dave Lefkowitz, and this is the 923rd episode of the Dave's Gone By Facebookio, Podcastio, Programmio of the Stream, which mixes humor and talk and zaniness and all that sort of thing. And as I said, we've been doing it now for 21 plus years. Our archives are at davesgoneby.com. You can also find our archives at the Dave's Gone By channel on archive.org. Plus, our audio archives are at castbox.fm. That is literally, even though we've been doing video now for about 6 years, if you go to castbox.fm, you can download our thing as a podcast, which a lot of people still love. If you want to listen in the car, if you want to listen at the gym, if you're traveling or something, and don't want to watch me for 2 or 3 hours, you can.
Use the hot refill.
Oh, thank you very much.
Switch it out.
Joyce made me more tea. Thank you.
Switch it out.
Yeah.
It's very hot.
Oh, hot tea. Hot tea.
You might want to use to keep your straw though.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Turn off the light in the
Oh yeah. So Castbox.fm is specifically for podcasting or for listening to this show as a podcast. The other sites, including YouTube, including davesgoneby.com and archive.org, is the full deal, the whole Megillah, the whole show. Anyway, welcome back, my dear.
I'm dressed.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah,
So why you're still wearing your robe? Are you cold?
because I didn't put on. I didn't want to put on this new one, but I didn't. I had to order Mom's food.
How's she doing? How's my mother-in-law doing?
Good. She said they can. And we're very happy.
Why?
Because they can deliver the food Dumani.
Really? Tomorrow?
Yeah, we can't.
Christmas Eve?
Yeah. I guess, like I said to Mama, like it's like you and I said. It just depends on. If we would have ordered tonight, it wouldn't have come.
No, right? Yeah.
But the fact that we ordered early, we got on the. I said to her, like, you never know. You select the time and you place the order.
Yeah.
And then it goes through, and I have to type, like, ring the bell, please don't crush the cakes, don't crush the bread, like, and I wrote happy holidays, you got a little message to them. So it takes time. And then because it's not for me, I have to go through with Mom to make sure, like, it's like, if you don't want a raspberry Danish, will you take a crumb cake? And I'm like, I don't know.
Oh,
so
yeah,
I asked her, like, is that an acceptable substitution?
Right. Crumb cake is not.
No, but then she's like, well, can you put a cheese Danish? I'm like, it's not an option. They tell you if not, they don't have that. It's probably something they know they have. So we just went through everything, and they had a lot. So.
Oh, well, good. All right. Yay. Excellent. We have a lot still to do on Dave's Gone By today, December 23rd, 2023.
Oh.
What?
So Janice is partnering with that other agent.
Oh, very nice. Okay. Because, it's still... The real estate market is still pretty hot. I mean, the interest rates went up, but
I don't know.
there's no. The thing is, people aren't selling. There's just no inventory. Otherwise, all the prices would come down. Yeah,
that's the word, inventory.
Because people locked into mortgage rates of like 3% for 20. 20 years ago, for years, interest rates were like 2 or 3%. Nobody's gonna sell.
How did the rabbi do it? I'm gonna listen to the interview on your site. How'd it go?
Oh, she was great. It was Stephanie Trudeau.
Yes.
And
is she any relation to any of the other Trudeaus, or
didn't ask? But no, she's Bronx born or Bronx related, and very, very nice. And I did not realize she was married to the guy who wrote the first major rock biography.
Oh wow!
And it was about Bob Dylan. It was like one of the first grown-up books I ever read. And it was like her husband. I was like, oh my God.
I thought the first grown-up books were your dad's.
Or his Playboys. Yeah, no, but beyond that, and the pop-up books. But those, no, I remember getting out of because I was so into Dylan. This was junior high school. And it was like, okay, it was like 400, 500 pages. I was like, I'm going to read this because I was so into him. And I did. It was,
What did you learn?
Well, this was back, understand, this was like mid-1970s. Mm-hmm. So the book had come out. I think Rolling Thunder had not even happened yet.
Oh, wow.
It was that early in Dylan's career. Well, not early in his career. But I forget what the actual year was. But it was kind of like, oh my God, this is the story. This is his life and who he met and the village years and coming from Minnesota as a kid. And he was Zimmerman, which was, you knew. But remember, this was before the internet. It wasn't like, hey, what's Bob Dylan? Wiki, Google, watch a video. It's like, what you heard was what you heard.
What you learned on the...
So suddenly you opened up a biography of the artist, and it was like, oh my God, this is how he met Dave Van Ronk. This is when he went to play the Gaslight. This is when he got the review in the New York Times and all of that. So it was eye-opening on some level on every page, just because. So, yeah. So it was kind of like, I had no idea.
Was he okay, the rabbi, on his best behavior?
Rabbi was on very good behavior. He made a snatch joke, which is, or he warned that he was going to make a snatch, but he didn't, which is good for him,
That's good. He's trying to clean up his act.
Yeah. And he did throughout the whole interview. He had a mezuzah in his ass. because he gets Judaism osmotically. It comes up through him in different ways. Most people that kiss the mezuzah on the doorway, he's like, no, he wants
Does
to
she have a book coming out or something?
Well, she's off Broadway. She's
That's right.
doing that show called Becoming Jamila, which is playing now at Theater for the New City off Broadway. So
you have your new tea.
Yeah, I've got my tea.
It
Thank
might
you.
be very hot. Be careful. You have a straw, yeah?
I do.
It
I'm
might
good.
be hot. Just be careful.
Why do we do that? Ever notice that? You
I
just
don't do that at all. I don't know.
well, no, most people don't. We
No,
don't do
I
that.
don't do that, no.
But you don't do the thing of like,
No.
come on.
I don't do that. Watch.
Joyce is sipping from her beverage here. No, you really, are you not suppressing it? Really? I do this all. There you go. There, she just did it.
I'm trying to do it for you.
How do you not do that?
I'm just,
Is that the smack and then?
that sounds like a commercial for Folgers or something.
But now I'm not sure if I do that only for hot beverages. I don't think I do it for like a regular. This water.
Okay.
No, I do that. Watch.
Why are you drinking?
I do.
Why are you drinking out of
Oh,
somebody
this
else's
is a rabbi's
wine?
cup. Yeah. I shouldn't have done
I
that.
wonder why you're sick.
That's right.
He
I
said,
gotta have taste
he's
sacks.
had trench mouth since 1942.
Exactly.
I think he invented trench mouth.
He did. He collaborated with Freud.
Oh,
Anyway, we're here. It's it's about 10 to 11 Eastern time here in the Daverhood. We still have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, where we're going to Penrose, Colorado, and we have Bunion Watch. We haven't done Bunion Watch, and we have not yet done Greeley Time. So let's get to that. Let's do. Also, I don't think I'm going to get through a whole 3-hour show today. I just don't have the look for it. Getting over this cold. But I did want to tell people that we are going to be here, not next Saturday morning on our usual time.
Okay.
Instead, we're going to do because we have nothing else to do. We're going to do our annual New Year's celebration
Yay.
Sunday night.
Oh, we have the disco ball in the closet.
Yeah, we got everything.
Yeah,
we got lights. We got everything we need. So we're going to have our annual Dave's Gone By Welcome to the New Year in the Daverhood, we call it. And it's, going to be Sunday evening, 10 until probably about 12:30 in the morning,
Usually
which
about
is when
1.
we usually do it. So yeah, you can spend the New Year.
Are you going to have
with
people
us.
join it, like all the fun people? Or?
I need to start getting on the stick as soon as I feel better. I'm going to, start emailing and Facebooking and saying, hey.
Don't forget Friendy, too.
Of course, yeah. Well, as many people who are available.
The usual people who join the show.
Yeah. And who help us ring in the new year. And I was just looking over some old shows. Remember when we had the deodorant drop? We took one of my deodorants and just hung it from a stick.
Were we that desperate that we?
Yeah, it was a beautiful thing.
Maybe we can drop my pain rub this year.
We could do it's the same kind of thing. It's the same canister.
It might be.
We had the Arnicare pain, or what was it called?
Topamycin or something.
Toperson ball drop.
Or maybe we should drop probably potato with it. Maybe
We've
Mr.
done potato.
Rogers.
Oh.
Let's drop him.
We could, we have a little Mr. Rogers figurine that plays quotes from him. We also do little Yomo, our comic, but he's just from Target. I mean, we didn't really have to do much with him. He'll cover us all with sour cream for the new year.
That might be like at a rave or something. I don't know if that's like.
Yeah, maybe not that. But we can think of something for the moment when we transition from 2023 to 2024. I think that'd be really cool. So yeah, we won't be here our usual time next Saturday, but we will, God willing, be here next Sunday from 10
We'll
p.m.
post it on Facebook and stuff so people know.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we do it. I'm gonna say we literally do it every year. I think. Oh, maybe we'll be on a cruise to Italy, or maybe I'll be famous on Broadway doing a show.
About that cruise.
Oh, which one was this?
The Norwegian Cruise Line.
What happened?
So what happened was a wave hit them.
Oh, yeah.
And they lost power. Here's the post.
Yeah. Is that all that happened? I mean, who are those crew or what?
No, those are the passengers.
Maud Cruz, first-person account. And now it's suddenly
You can do
putting
it, then roll, go scroll down.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. I mean, it's still
Yeah,
advertising. Yeah.
Give it, I'll do it. It says here,
Yeah.
Catronia McRae and her father were traveling on rough seas in the MS Maud when a powerful wave crashed on the vessel. Hit us side on and exploded on top of the ship.
Whoa.
And then they said they left early a few days beforehand because there was a storm. But
And by the way, it is anything but compromising. Right on, Maud. Yeah.
and they heard a 5-second sound of noise on the PA, emergency alarm, and they went to muster to stations.
What?
Muster to stations, I guess, help stations.
Oh.
The crew handed out life suits and vests as we arrived at the muster stations and helped people who couldn't put theirs on.
Yeah.
So this is what it looked like.
Oh yeah, that picture is like, whoa. Doesn't that? Let's take a cruise.
No, that's so you can, if they go in the water, you can find them. And, that's if they go overboard, and they also have life vests. But they wear that color because that's not a natural color in the sea. You can keep scrolling down.
Oh, yeah. But oh my God.
Let me see.
So, what the hell?
That doesn't look good.
This is like the picture after the cult kills themselves.
Yeah, I think they're sleeping.
Oh, maybe.
I don't think people got really hurt, man, though.
No, thank God nobody got hurt. But it's just like, let's go on a relaxing cruise. We'll eat. We'll have fun. Yeah, yeah. It is a story you'll tell your kids.
Keep going.
Oh, there's more. No, these aren't his. Oh, whoa. Well, these are the jackets not yet put on by people. Wow. It's like, yeah, maybe let's not, let's forego the bingo and
That's amazing.
not take a cruise. Well, stuff happens,
So I guess, I think it's not, it might be unwise to go on a cruise.
It still amazes me that cruises rebounded after COVID.
I think that your Aunt Bonnie likes Norwegian. I don't know.
Yeah, she went on a cruise, or she was planning one. People do.
Tasmanian elephant seal Neil.
Oh, yeah. Or is that someone being sexual with a Tasmanian elephant seal?
A viral sensation. He's the 1,300. Internet's newest sensation.
Is it cute? Tell me. There's a seal apparently that's and I don't mean Heidi Klum's ex-husband. I mean.
Oh, he just goes around Tasmania. He's just like Buck Wild and around Tasmania.
Oh, but look at him. Now seals are they're not nice creatures.
Well, you're showing some crazy stuff.
No,
don't click on that. Don't click on that.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll find him.
Oh, he's very cute. Neil the seal. I wonder he goes around Tasmania. He just sort of wanders through parking lots, or are they literally touring him or something?
Yeah, look, here we go. It says Neil the seal is having a sassy day.
I can't even. I don't even.
He's sassy.
Hey, sassy. He's sassy.
You know why he didn't get his prime rib from...
Oh, right, from Mission Barbecue. I think I have one more week on that.
Here he's at somebody's...
Yeah.
He's just at somebody's house. Like, they're walking.
What do you mean he's at somebody's... What is he doing?
He's just there. He's, like, standing there.
Look at this.
He's a 1,300-pound seal.
Why isn't he how is he not dead? He's walking across gravel parking lots and highways, just coming up to people's houses. Like, do you have any fish? What the hell?
It's like in front of their car.
How does that happen?
I think he was a wayward seal. He just got out and about.
Right, but can they go a certain amount of time without, like, just being covered with water?
Oh, there's tons of pictures of him. He's just doing the naughty. And they see seal on the streets, strikes a pose. Want to see a video?
Yeah, I actually I would. I would indeed. Like to see Neil the seal. Is this in Australia, you said, or where is this?
Oh, wait, I don't want to install. I don't want to install. It wants me to install.
Oh, no. Don't download anything.
No, okay.
It's okay.
He's very cute. Apparently he just goes strikes. Oh, here he is in someone's yard.
How? How How do you wake up? I'm serious. How do you wake up in the morning and see this? I mean, we've seen foxes,
Yes.
we've seen
I
deer,
want to see if I can get a video of it.
squirrels up the wazoo.
Let me
We
see.
get bunnies. I have never seen a seal in my backyard. Never. Why? How would it? How?
I'm going to try to get a video of
How
him.
far away is the nearest like
Oh,
ocean?
here's a 30-second one. Do you want? Oh, he's a standoff. Oh, he's cute here. Look at this.
Is that? Oh, that's people
Okay, I'm gonna make
laughing,
it.
or is that him squeaking?
No, that.
Oh, let's see. Let's see. Neil the seal.
Okay, you can just hit play. Don't turn it. Just hit play.
Everyone. Good God. What? But there's an ocean right there. This makes sense, sort of.
Look, 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 look.
What the hell is wrong with
I
it?
don't know. Is he going to see what's going on?
Can seals be
What does it say?
retarded?
Can you read that?
I can, including when he double
I was
barked.
outside and I thought that somebody was trying to break into my car. So I looked out the window and then
Oh.
next to that, there was this girl looking up at me in my bedroom window and I was like, oh, hello. I think it's going to go down in the books as the best excuse in history of not to go to work.
He's cute.
You tell your boss I can't pull out because Neil the seal is.
Oh, well, she has video. She could take a picture. It's like, yeah, there's a seal in my yard, which is,
Oh, he's
quite
knocking
real.
down gates.
Oh, really? Well, he's a 1,300-pound thing. You know, he seems real cute. You get near him, he'll
Here's
take your
this-
arm
here's-
off.
He's having a standoff with local authorities. Hold
Uh-oh.
on.
Oh, no. Can I just bring him to the ocean? He is at the ocean.
Time to go, Neil.
Yeah, the guy's got to be real careful. I guess he's wanting food. He's got his mouth like,
Oh, probably. No, I think that's how they get mad. They're saying, get away from me.
Neil says no.
what the hell?
Oh.
Goodness, Neil.
Okay, wow, that's like Neil the Seal.
So that's him growling.
I'm David Neil the Seal, by the way. Yeah. Anyway, it is 11 o'clock in
That's
the
him
morning.
Well, they call him a beach bum.
Obviously,
He
yeah.
just does what he wants. He goes around the town. He's
But I can understand him getting
he
on
has
the
his own
boardwalk.
Instagram.
Yeah. I can see him getting on the boardwalk and then managing to climb up reefs and
So
rocks
he
and
has
stuff.
his own Instagram.
But how does it go through the town? I don't.
I don't know.
He's very cute though.
Yeah.
He's like,
That's his Instagram.
oh. I wonder if he's going to be an influencer now. If like he's going to wear certain outfits and
Yeah, but like, what could he wear? He's a seal.
well, I don't know. He's going to be he could shill for Tupperware because like walruses love a tight seal. I don't even know what that means. I have
He
no
loves
idea what that
cones.
means.
He's always with the cones. Unless they're putting cones to block him, that he loves cones. Yeah.
I don't know what is up with him. It's a beautiful thing, by the way. We're going to be obsessed with this now all week of Neil the Seal and his exploits. But right now, we have other things to think about. Nobody woke up last week or two in Greeley, Colorado, and saw a seal in their yard or
Do
on
we
the
know
street.
that for sure?
Well, we're going to find out
Okay.
because all the phone calls that come in to the Greeley and Weld County Police Department are logged, and they are public record if you strip the identifiers out. So the local newspaper, the Greeley Tribune, picks out the weirdest, funniest, craziest ones, and in a column, oh, just got stuck. Not good. Okay. In a column a couple times a week, they do something called cop log, which are the calls that come in to police dispatch. Well, here's the trip. Real newspaper. We look at cop log and we pick what we think are the funniest ones to share with you. These are real. These are actual phone calls that come into the Greeley Police Department from Coplog, and we do a little segment called Greeley Times. Yeah. Yeah. Da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da. All our noise machines are like breaking down, man. Oh well. Oh well. Are you ready for some criminality, dear?
Yes, I
Are you
am.
ready for weird, strange things happening?
Are these holiday themed or just general criminality?
You know, crime doesn't take a break, dear.
Oh, that is
Crime
true.
doesn't stop the
That
week
is
before
true.
Christmas
That is very true.
and you know, take a hiatus until after New Year's. Oh no. Oh, certainly not. So let us begin with crime, or at least weird things that oh, there's a caller. Okay. Hello, hold on. Got it. Hello, yeah. Where are you? Oh, unknown location.
Oh,
Caller
that's
is.
not good. First of all, that's never good. How can they not know?
Well, yeah, right. Well, here's the deal. A
Okay.
caller at an unknown location reported the mansion on the left, quote unquote. The man.
Ooh. Oh, bless you.
Thank you. Hold
Do you need a paper?
on. Okay.
Do you need to have?
Reported that. Thank you. The mansion. Let's see there. Anything yellow or no? Just kidding.
Bless you.
Thank you. Likewise.
The mansion on the left. There's a mansion on the left.
Is, quote, watching porn on a screen where people can see.
Ooh.
Oopsies. And you know, if the guy could just angle the screen a little to the left, I could see the money shot. No. But yeah, I guess those 8-inch TV
Yeah, but
screens.
how can you find out where it is if you don't disclose your location?
Yeah, or maybe they scrubbed it or something. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
But anywho, okay, we know how the rich spend their afternoons. Yeah. A caller at another unknown location reported, and somehow I don't get this is the same
Caller?
neighborhood.
Okay.
Somehow I think the rich person watching the porn is in one neighborhood. This is a caller at an unknown location reported his wife's friend threatened to, quote, whoop his ass.
I love it.
Yeah, somehow I don't think they were next door to each other's. A caller on 10th Street. Oh my God, there's a call. There's a call. Hold on. Oh, wrong name. Caller on 10th Street said a back tire flew off of a great truck in front of the post office, and the truck kept driving.
Oh, come on, that's not true. You can't drive without a tire.
You can do 3.
I don't think you
It
can.
would be you'd be on the axle on one side, I think, but you could probably still keep going, and it's still cheaper than mailing.
They're like, it's holiday season. We can't stop. We gotta deliver the packages.
Wow. I just the idea of a tire just flying off a car or the truck.
Sometimes you see that though on the highway when we drive, like especially when I used to go with Natalie, like from Fordham, we drive back to the island. You would see like it looked like a Band-Aid, but it was a rubber tire. And it was
Yes.
just flat.
You
It
can
was
have a
like
blowout.
Yeah, but it wasn't like it was if you took the tire and you skinned it and you just put the
Yeah. If you get a real
plastic,
legit
the rubber,
blowout,
yeah.
yeah, it explodes and just goes.
Yeah, I was like, what is that?
terrifying.
She was like, it's a
That's not a tire just falling off. It's like
popping.
it just got popped and shredded by something.
No,
Yeah.
you're right. It's a different.
We almost got killed by some dumb driver this week.
Yeah.
I mean, I think maybe they were just getting really quick up into that middle part.
Yeah, but it didn't look like they were stopping.
Yeah, that was.
The problem is
Yeah.
like a lot of people drink and drive. Like holiday season is like a rough time for people to do stuff. Like,
But they
you gotta
also
be
say
careful.
Baltimore drivers like they're gonna if they see
Yeah.
a quarter of a second where they can do something, they're gonna do it. And I've seen that.
It's not. Well, it took us to get from here to the gym. It took 20 minutes. It's a 5-minute drive.
Well, that
So,
was
yeah.
what was that? That was something going on. What happened with that?
Probably construction.
Yeah. But anyway, here's another.
Oh.
A caller on 28th Avenue reported finding a GPS tracker inside her vehicle. She's
Is
had
it
the
a rental
vehicle
car?
for, huh? What?
A rental car?
Well, I guess, or she's leasing it, or it's her. She bought it. She's had the vehicle for about 3 months, and the GPS wasn't there before. This is how it worked. So that's why she wasn't tracked. And then the GPS found her. It took a couple of weeks, but no,
That's horrible. No, but that's scary. Like,
the truth is out there.
but where would she find a GPS tracker in your car? Where would it be? Wouldn't it
Well,
be
wait,
like,
isn't it in the like where
no,
we
I
do
would
our?
think
Yeah.
maybe she just got an upgrade on her app or something.
That's what I'm wondering. Where the radio is, and I don't know.
She just found out how to
She
turn
never
it on.
noticed it.
Woo, my phone's connected. Oh crap.
No, I didn't. Actually, found an etch a sketch in the back seat. So, yeah.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's a plus.
That's
That's a bonus.
It
yeah.
is. It is. A caller on C Street. What did you see? Okay. She saw strange paw prints on her upstairs deck, and she wanted to make sure there haven't been any reports of bobcats in the area. All right, I kind of bobcats, yeah. And same or a day later, a caller on 12th Street reported seeing a mountain lion roaming the streets. Do you think?
Ooh.
Yes. What is a mountain lion? Is not a lion, right? A mountain lion is.
Mountain lion is like, unless they live up in the country, maybe. I'm sure they're being displaced from where they live. They're probably coming out and they probably see what's his name, that seal. They're probably like,
Oh,
hey.
yeah, that's gummy meat.
They're like,
right
if I see that seal roaming around, why can't I do it?
But I'm trying to think of what a mountain lion looks like as opposed to a lion. What is it? What is? Is it closer to a lynx?
Yeah, it looks like a jaguar, but it's a different color.
Or a Mercedes, maybe.
Let me see. Images of a mountain lion in Colorado.
According to Colorado.
Could it be?
Yeah, they say in Colorado Parks and Wildlife.
Whoa.
Uh-oh, when lions meet people. Here
Well,
he
yeah,
is.
when lions meet people, it doesn't go well for people. Ask Siegfried and Roy.
So they think it's a bobcat, probably. They're saying in Colorado, that's what it looks like. It's a bobcat.
Oh,
Similar
okay.
to a mountain lion, but it's a bobcat.
Yeah, that's all right. I mean, I would still
I would
keep
call
clear.
somebody on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be bit by that.
No, certainly not. But he's cute.
No.
He is kind of cute. Not as cute as a giant 1,300-pound seal.
Well, but maybe if he eats enough, he'll work harder.
And here's a
It
story.
says if you see them, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
If you have an encounter or an attack,
Yeah.
you have to call somebody in the Colorado State
Yeah.
Patrol.
Yeah. If you are attacked by a bobcat, and I don't mean the comedian who's now a filmmaker. I mean, if you are attacked by a bobcat, you're going to want to get some help there.
They do have a mountain lion. Here's a mountain lion in Colorado. Mountain lion.
Let's see.
It's pretty.
It is a beautiful animal, but it's not quite like an African savanna.
No, but he'll hurt you. He'll claw
Yeah.
you to death.
Oh, yeah, he would do
If you have
bad
pets
things.
outside or anything or whatever it's going to be.
No, he's not a little house cat. He's not something that you would just give a bowl of string to. Although he could fend for himself if you go away for the weekend. You just leave him a carcass and he'll be fine. A little water.
Yeah, I wouldn't mess with that.
All right, here's one more from our cop log, and this is really thoughtful. A caller on 11th Street told dispatch to, quote, send cops and an ambulance because, quote, she's going to stab her sister
Wow.
who's been harassing her. So I think that's kind of very thought to pre-think. It's like, I know I'm going to stab the bitch. There's going to be blood. I'm going to sever some things.
But that's premeditated then. If she does anything, it's premeditated.
It is premeditated, but at least she's thoughtful enough to say, we're going to need an ambulance here for a crime about to be committed. Just bring medics.
Maybe she was doing that as a threat so that she wouldn't
Have to actually do it.
She wouldn't go through with it. Yeah.
I wonder. I mean, it
That's what I'm
makes
hoping.
sense. Let's go elsewhere.
Okay.
This is
Did they call him?
no. This is an elsewhere thing from the New York Post.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I should tell you something that the lead line of the story. I'm not writing this myself. It's the tot that counts. The tot that counts.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Oh.
A woman was left feeling salty upon hearing or learning her holiday bonus this year was coming in the form of a potato. Yes. Quote from this woman, "My work is offering a potato bar as our Christmas bonus.
Ooh.
I'm literally getting a hospital potato as a bonus," Amanda J. Panda said in her X post that has since gone viral. Quote, "They also said it has a $15 value, so it will be taxed on our next check."
It's like Roy Rogers used to have a potato bar.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah, they gave her, this is her Christmas
Or
bonus,
Sizzler or something.
a free potato bar.
I told you, so this is the worst.
Yeah.
When I was the temp worker when I was at Columbia.
Yeah.
And literally, so there's two women I've worked for. It was a large hotel chain on 42nd Street.
Oh, yeah.
Huge, and they were being outsourced. So they were taking this lane. The guys worked from home. It was like a sales thing, one of the sales divisions. And they said to the two women, "We're going to take you out for your final dinner." These
Right.
women together have been working there like 60, 70 years. Come on. They said, "We'll take you to the cafeteria of the hotel
Right.
for
Yeah.
your going away dinner." And you know what the women did? Both of them called out, quote unquote, sick. They got dental work done while they were on the plan, and I was covering the phones. And they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, I'm not their, their keeper. But they were so incensed that after like almost like 100
Yeah,
years
not
of
even a
service-
gold watch, just.
No, they were
yeah.
like, "We're going to take you to, like, take them out. It's in the middle of it, like the theater district. There's Restaurant
Yes,
Row.
take them to Tad Steaks.
Yeah, well, they could have gone to like
Sizzler.
They could have asked them and taken them any to an Italian restaurant.
Oh,
or
yes,
something.
of course, and spend
Yeah.
$20 for an
Yeah,
entree instead of
yeah.
10.
And it was so upsetting, and neither one of them went. And I
Yeah,
was
good
like,
for them. Good
and
for
they were
them.
like, and I remember like all the time because I was like stupid, right? It was like my, when you're a temp worker, you're basically like your chattel. So like I would like literally, they'd say like, "Okay, we're gonna go out like and get a health screening done or whatever while we have coverage." I just answered the phones.
Yeah.
It wasn't my job, and I just did it. And then the guys there were really rough. They were very yucky because they were all salespeople. They were vulgar.
Yeah.
And then my boss kept wanting me to use her debit card to get food, and they instructed us at the temp agency never handle money like that.
Oh.
And she's like, "I'll give you my code." So I used to take my money and buy lunch for her, and for both of us. She loved egg salad sandwich. I'd buy it, and I'd say, "Pay me when you get money.
Okay.
I can't use your cash card." She's like, "I trust you." I'm like,
It's
doesn't
got nothing
matter.
to do
I'll be
with that.
fired. Yeah. And so I just remember like both of those women. They cracked me up because they're like, "Can you just handle the phones? Like I'm going to whatever." Like it was hostile. Like it was.
Is this the place where you also had the boss who was like covering your ass?
No, that was another.
Woman. It was a lesbian.
I was at that was an investment firm. That was another job.
Yeah. I kind of like hearing about that.
It was the bend over machine.
Yeah, she was sending you to bend over.
I had to look up stocks like in Argentina. Because the markets were opening, they were trading more broadly internationally, and there was a machine that you had to go to pull those stock quotes. It wasn't in like other things. So it was I did crazy. I was working in a clinic where up in the Bronx. In Riverdale, and I pulled charts. Like it was, I worked in a Japanese.
That's the job part, but being sexually harassed is not.
But Japanese investment bank, like it was.
It's hostile.
No. But the protocol of like behavior. I mean, I was good, but you had certain behavioral protocols, even in the investment firm. Like
you hope.
Yeah,
but
it was.
You saw The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
There's behavior and behavior.
I felt bad because the guy, the like I don't know CFO or whatever he was. His admin, they were doing the building, and that's where I think I got sick, and we all got sick from the building. And she literally was at the copier and passed out because she had some reaction to the.
Oh my God!
Yeah, building sickness. Yeah. So I mean that was bad. And then I had gotten sick, and I was off for like 2-3 weeks, and I was supposed to be there like a month. I was there like for 6 months.
Right. Well, yeah.
Because of my large arse.
Well, anyway, at least they didn't, when you left, they didn't give you a coupon for a potato bar.
I don't think when I left any temp job I got anything.
No. Well, these weren't temps. This is a
man.
woman worker at,
Oh, that's a holiday. But the joke was.
Yeah.
So this is, okay. So the guy, his name in German means God is man. Like God, God.
Yeah.
And so he comes around and he gives me my boss's envelope. He thinks I'm my boss.
Oh.
And I've been there like a month. I don't get you don't
Yeah,
get a they gave really good holiday bonuses at the company, so people were always happy. But I was like, he doesn't even know the difference between me and my boss, right? Like, and she'd been there a while, and I took it, and I was like, and I just handed it to her, and I was like, how funny.
It was cash.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah. But that was good. I don't know if we had a party. I think they just, in lieu of that, he's like, just take money, and people were happy.
Well, yeah, people would be pretty.
Presents
We used to,
and
you
stuff,
know, I'll say this for Playbill. When I used to work at Playbill, it was a family-owned, still
Did they
is
give
a
a
family-owned
bonus?
company. Oh yeah, we got a very nice
Yeah.
holiday bonus, and we Jewish owned. It was a holiday
Yeah, that's
bonus,
fine. Yeah,
and
then
it was
you-
very, very generous.
Well,
it was very nice.
when I left that organization that I worked for, remember the girl who I say is my home girl? I was there like under a year, and she's like, I don't know if they're going to give you the bonus. She fought for me. I got the holiday bonus. She's like, sister was my. That's why I say it. Whatever she wants me to do for her, she's my home girl. Like some people, when you work with them as a boss, they just have your back.
Yeah.
And that feeling.
Oh, as opposed to having your ass.
Yeah. I can't help it.
Yeah,
I
you
got
got
a Tyrolean tushy baba. Like,
Yes.
hey, that, you know, and you know what she said? She was a eugenicist, right? She was racist. So, the one worker, he used to make mixtapes, and he made beautiful music. So when you're in a reference library for 8 hours a day, you need something to get you going. So occasionally, when I was like changing out the Standard and Poor values or something, it was like mindless, right? Like you're just taking pages, you're not doing anything deep. And I would listen to it, and I got my boss mad. And she would make mixtapes. He had a girlfriend. He had, you know, he was like, we wouldn't date. He was he was a kind soul, and his name meant something really wild in Hebrew. So it was like it suited him. He was a kind man. He was just lovely, and he would watch out. Like he's like, I don't like the way the boss treats you. Like he always kept an eye on me because he didn't like, you know. So he was like a good guy, and so she said to me, you know, are you going to have kids? I said, I don't think so. And she said, some people should reproduce and some shouldn't. And I was like, what do you mean by that? This is eugenics. I said to her, so you know what I said? I said, okay, Malthus. So what do you Reverend Malthus, right? But it was creepster. And I felt bad because I could leave that, but the guy and the girl had to work there. Yeah, and the girl lived on the island and got up at like 5 o'clock to get into work. And I was like I left there, but they had to stay there, you know. And I felt bad because if you don't respect the people you work with, like your workers, how can you function? You give them a potato bar.
Well, see, I would be happy.
They did that at the cafeteria at UNC. That was the big thing? They had that potato bar. One of the stations was baked potato, mashed potatoes, and they had all the fixings.
Yeah, but that was part of the cafeteria.
Yeah,
it was fine. It was great. But it's not like your Christmas holiday bonus. Like, take this and go to, you know, get fixings. But the worst part is these people have to pay. Why do they have to pay tax on it? That's the beautiful part. She said it has a $15 value, so it'll be taxed on our next check. And she says, quote, does anyone need an assistant so I can just quit right now? Wow. Because that does not engender employee loyalty. You know who I was talking about the other day, who's a good cook? Remember Mike, the guy, the massage guy's wife, Sherry, who was the excellent cook? Yeah. And I was saying how every time we'd go there, she'd always be making something yummy. She could have cooked for them. Anybody could, you know. They could have hired, if you would have hired a catering service and said, we want to spend $10 a person, even that, they could have done a cheap buffet or something, you know. Well, no, it makes me a little mad when we go to Mom's. Yeah, you know, not my mother's, but a store we go to called Mom's that sells organic produce and sandwiches. You know, they don't make hot food, but they make nice vegetarian sandwiches. And they have, one of the things they often offer is a loaded potato thing. It's like a potato with sprouts and things in it. It's good, like cheese and melted thing, but it's like $12. And I know what a potato costs. I buy a sack of potato, a 5-pound sack of potatoes is $4. I don't eat them. I keep them for love. Yes. No, but I know what a potato costs. And a piece of cheese and stuff. It's like, why either it's a yam, because they've done it with sweet potatoes, or they've done it. I'm like, wow, how do you get off charging $12 for a potato? It used to make me mad when we go to like these steak places, and I'm a vegetarian, and they're like $15 for like a handful of broccoli, a handful of carrots, and a mashed potato. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Right. Except now they're not. That's what it is. A la carte, yeah. A potato should be about, you know, even a bag of French fries is now $3 from McDonald's. They should be free. Potatoes should all be free.
Yeah.
So here's the flummoxed
well,
worker.
tell them what they gave you last time when you went to.
This was very nice. Last
Yes.
week when we went, of course, to Mission Barbecue because I need my Mission Barbecue, and they have the black plate special of the prime rib.
Yeah.
And I'm there every week, so they kind of know me, and they actually have put up now tarps because they know I get my drool all over their food. No, but the guy, I'm waiting for the prime rib thing, and he says, we got these extra fries. You want them?
I don't believe it.
Yes.
Extra fries. I mean, that's such a lie. He did that for you.
So that was really nice.
Yeah, they're nice kids.
And I was like, thank you, and they know I'll be back. See, that's the kind of thing you do, right?
Well, they hooked you the first time by giving you the free ribs. You came out there, you were like, oh.
Joyce's face was like,
yeah, you were like, you just were you were like, first they gave me one, which was delicious, then they gave me another. I couldn't believe it.
But also, like,
they've given you meatloaf, chicken. You always come with a little sample of the next thing.
Well, after that, I asked when they were having the meatloaf as a black plate special. I'm like, meatloaf? Are you shitting me? Meatloaf?
Yeah, but
meatloaf is good, but
for people who can't chew, meatloaf is like.
Or have it on the menu. Don't make it your special.
But I also feel you won't go to a rib place if you have problems with your teeth. Like if you have problems with your teeth, you're not going to go to a rib place, or you're going to get brisket or something like that.
Yeah, but if you have problems with your teeth, you're not even going to think of setting foot in Mission to begin with. As opposed to, I wonder who has meatloaf. You're going to get meatloaf at the local diner. Or you're going to make it yourself, or you're going to get it pre-packaged, at the supermarket.
Yeah.
You're not going to suddenly think, I've always wanted to try Mission Barbecue, but these shoppers, perhaps they have meatloaf this week. No. Seriously, man.
Somebody thought of it. It's probably a marketer or something. I don't know.
But even you, when we would go to, back when we were living in Colorado, we would go to Chipotle like once or twice a week. It was very tasty. But every day you would go in there for a tea, for a large iced tea. And sometimes they'd give it to you free.
A lot of the time.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was. They knew we would order from them. We knew we would often buy or tip.
I missed this. So one of the girls she's now has her PhD and she's a psychologist, and the other one just got a job, and I congratulated her on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
But we had a Saturday class from 8 a.m. I kid you not, till 4 p.m. This was like an 8-week, whatever.
Yeah.
Class. And so what we would do is, everybody had different eating preferences because we had like 8 or 10 of us, right? And so we'd all head over during the break because we didn't have enough time of seeing each other all day. We'd eat lunch together at Chipotle.
That's cool.
So it was like, I'm like, you don't have to eat here. And then because they knew us, they let one of the girls had brought her own food. She had a special diet. It was lovely. It was such a.
We used to do when I was doing my master's.
Did you do the same?
Well, we had classes all day from 8:30 until 5 in the afternoon.
You mean your second master's?
My second.
Is it in theater pedagogy or what's the? Okay.
Theater education was my.
Pedagogy is
So, but it was a group of us, and we weren't always, but you're fine, 5 or 6, because it was really the only restaurant. Walking distance. But
also, if somebody wants meat, veg, if somebody does non-dairy, somebody wants vegan, somebody wanted to have schnapps, they had, it's.
And you could get served in 5 minutes.
And you could eat outside, or it served us. I fondly think back of all those classes. It was so much fun, and all those women and men we're still friends on Facebook, on LinkedIn, which I love. To see the students, they're all very successful, but. It's just nice to see them. And I remember sitting there, after being in class all day, you're like, jeepers,
Well, yeah. But anyway, we're back to the woman who's complaining about getting a potato voucher for her job. So she sent off a series of tweets that describing the bizarre gift. Which went viral.
Gave her a better gift than that.
She calls the situation, quote, her Charlie Brown villain origin story.
Aww.
She did say the potato bar gift was an improvement
God.
Over the previous year's gift at this company.
What could they do that would be worse than that?
Honest to God, the year before, their Christmas thing was a 30-minute video conference call with the company's leadership.
I think she should go to like that M&T Controls. They seem to be. I remember they seem to have
A
I
party.
remember that party was.
Yeah,
happening.
we were passing by
Or
this.
Jeff Be Nuts. She could,
Yeah, unbelievable. But of course, nobody's mentioning the actual name of this company. The woman who calls herself Amanda J. Panda as her Twitter
that's
handle.
a fake name, yeah.
Panda asked her followers, quote, "Should I show up with Tupperware and just get my money's worth in sour cream?" Yes, absolutely.
How did David sour cream? My mother gets a vat of it for like $3.
I know, but well,
I don't.
she now has nearly 3 million viewers for her tweets,
Oh.
and responses like, "So potatoes are now currency?" I think I filled my gas tank yesterday. It cost me 2 Idaho Bakers and a Redskin. That's funny. That's funny. I don't get it. I think you should bring a potato cannon to the party
Oh,
and let it
no.
fly. Rogan, no, you can't do that.
But someone must know where she works, obviously.
Well, plenty of users pointing out that taxing the food seems immoral, if not illegal. It's actually not illegal. It can, but one suggested cut 25% off the potato and drop it off with payroll. That'd be good. I would like that. That's I would love to know what company that is. You know.
Yeah, you gotta treat your workers good. I mean, these are the people who work for you. Like, you don't want them unhappy.
Right. I mean, if you're not going to give a bonus, then don't give a bonus. But if you're going to be
it would be cheaper for them to go to like Trader Joe's, get $3 chuck, put a bow on it, and give everyone a bottle of wine or something,
or be really give everybody a $10 Trader Joe's gift certificate,
yeah. Or Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks or Target. Or
still be cheap, but $10 at Dunkin' Donuts gets you a breakfast and then another cup of coffee the next day, which is nice, 100%. So why not?
100%.
Yeah. And I feel bad because I second year in a row I didn't think about this, but we had our garbage pickup yesterday.
Oh.
And I remember back in the day when we used to tape.
So we could do it afterward. We could do it post holiday and say, yeah.
But I used to tape an envelope.
And the mail lady, maybe when we go.
Mail lady, we did. We did a candy last year.
We should do it again for her.
Well, do it today. I could give her.
We could.
Like before we leave, I actually have. I can give her like a bag of candy that has not been opened and it's pretty recent, and just like happy holidays from us. Yeah. I think because the mail person I remembered, but I never remember the sanitation people. And it's always so difficult. Like, what do? You put it on top, you do on the lid, and then look on the lid.
If we knew when they were coming, we could.
Well, we know they come Thursday nights. We know that, but I just didn't think of it. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't know if anybody else does or what anybody else does.
Maybe we could ask the HOA.
But it's already now late because we won't get them back until.
Yeah, but it's the same guys, I'm sure. I don't know.
We're gonna do this. I don't know if it's the same guys with the recycling. It might be, so we can do our recycling on Tuesday night.
I don't know.
And get them something. Anyway, so let's get back to one or two more Greeley Coplog times, and then we'll do our Colorado, Limerick, and Bunion watch and finish off the show.
Well, here, this is for your Bunion watch.
Oh, yes, I know. Thank you.
You could do a reveal, David. Did it? No. With your foot in here.
Yeah. A caller at a hotel on 7th Avenue said a man had been in the restroom for several hours.
Oh, God. No, wait. Oh, no.
So you don't know in that situation if it's just a homeless person needing a place to stay or a homeless person needing a place to sit. I mean, I've had terrible, bouts of diarrhea over the years where I'd go back and forth, but I would still go back and forth. I wouldn't sit on the bowl consistently for like 5 hours. I would still like go somewhere and then oh boy.
But if you're that sick, I mean, like,
yeah.
I told you one time when I was at a conference in Florida. It was just urine, and I had probably a fever. This is like way pre-COVID, and it was like in St. Pete or something. It was a beautiful hotel.
Are you going to tell this on the air? This story? Is this the one I'm thinking of?
No, and I pee-peed, but I didn't take off all my clothing because I was so delirious from the fever. Like, you can do crazy things. Like, I was not drunk. I was not under drugs. I was just delirious from fever.
Yeah, she had her, but she didn't pull her panties all the way
Yes.
down, so she literally
Yes.
peed.
weed through
But you were
them.
on the toilet, but you were peeing through your
Yeah, but
panties. You
that's
didn't
not
even
good.
take them
I
down.
don't need
Yeah.
like a filter. Like it was, and then I'm like, oh God, you know, thank God. The only blessing was that I was doing it in my own hotel room. If I had done that at the conference, that would have been a huge problem.
Because you wouldn't have had a pair
I
of
would have
pants.
had wet
You would have gone
pants.
commando. Yeah.
So
Well, no, wet pants, you could have gone commando. You could have just.
no,
ditched.
but it was just bad.
Yeah, that was not good. That was like.
So sometimes you do have issues, you know.
Or I mean, thank God I've been home when. Well, not always. So you have this thing where you have diarrhea.
Yeah.
And you finish,
Yeah.
and then you get up. And the second you get up, you realize, I'm not
remember,
done.
Remember the story we were telling with our friend when you both ate that bad food at one of the cafes in New York and you ran through Central Park and you both had the squonks and you both had to go and she opened the porta potty and there was a homeless guy in it and then you kept running and then, you know, so like, you know, it can happen.
And it does happen. It does happen. But to spend all day in a bathroom, in a public bathroom, I don't know. I don't
might
know.
need some help.
Yeah, you probably do. Last one. Oh, how'd you know a call was coming in? Let me get it. Oh, this one was a chatterbox. Hold on. All right. Here's the deal. This caller on 6th Avenue reported a drunk man on a bicycle following close behind him and swinging around a 25-pound propane tank.
How can you do that?
How can you like, oh, hey, everybody.
First of all, if you're drunk, it would be hard to ride a bike and have balance.
Right.
And then if you're drunk on a bike, how do you swing a 25-pound?
Like,
That's heavy.
Yeah,
I
it's
have
25
trouble
pounds.
with a 12-pound weight at the gym. 25 pounds is heavy.
And how would he know that it's a 25-pound tank?
And it's like Murray and Ufti. Imagine swinging Murray and Ufti together and half another one. That's a lot.
Wow.
I think there's some skepticism.
I do indeed. Anyway, oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, that is,
Bless you.
Greeley Times for this Saturday, December 23rd, 2020.
Any tea in there? You have coffee.
Mr. Horace Greeley was no fool. I'm sure that you'll agree with me that Greeley was no fool.
What he is getting at is that Mr. Greeley was no fool.
Yippee-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi-yi-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi, yippee-yi.
Thank you, Groucho. It is a little after 11:30 in the morning here in the Daverhood on this Saturday, December 23rd. We're doing our 923rd episode of the show, calling it Just In Trudeau, in honor of our wonderful guest of the
That's
Daverhood,
very clever. I like
Stephanie. Thank you. Stephanie Trudeau, who talked to Rabbi Saul.
Who's not related. We don't know who she's related to.
Now, we still have not done our Colorado Limerick of the Damned, and we haven't done this. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time, before we get to anything else, to...
No. Take off your sock.
Oh, you think
And
it...
then just reveal it.
I don't know if I want my sock touching... Well,
no,
yeah.
it's fine.
All right, so I'm taking off my sock.
Don't tell them.
Ladies.
It should be a secret.
Oh, all right. Well, I'm not going to tell them what I'm doing with my foot. Here we go. These will probably feel very nice, actually.
Yeah, it's like the cozy.
Ooh, I could have used this a couple of days ago when my feet were so cold. Here we go. Oh, it's time.
You look like a college girl wearing the Uggs, like an Ugg.
Oh, I know.
It looks like that Ugg thing, yeah.
Now, every week on Dave's Gone By for the past couple of months, we've done a segment called Bunion Watch, basically having to do with checking my feet, checking Dave's bunion.
Yes.
I have bunions on both feet, one bigger than the other, and just making sure that they haven't turned color, that they haven't grown malignant or anything like that, that they haven't
They're not painful.
created hammer toe with other people.
You have the pain scale, you're not in pain, right?
Yeah, not in pain at all. So
But this is the holiday edition, I think, right?
this is the holiday edition of Bunion Watch. So let me pull the chair back a
Do you
bit.
need to lower the table?
I did. This is as low as it goes. So it's a little difficult, but here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look at Dave's...
Okay,
Oh,
wait,
I gotta play the Bunion song.
I'll do
I gotta do the theme.
Whoa!
You okay?
My whole thing fell apart. I gotta fix my...
Oh, the drum set fell. All right. Tell me when you're ready.
You do it. I gotta fix.
Well, here's the Bunion Watch theme.
She's Bunion, she really is a one. She's Bunion. Listen, doctor, to my plea. It's time for bunionectomy. Bunions, bunions, they're a pain in the feet. These feet of mine have got to go. Please get these bunions off my toes. My alpha would rule always have my alpha bunions, bunions, painful, painful, bunions, bunions, painful, painful, bunions, bunions, painful, painful.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Bunion Watch. All right, here we go. So, behold. Ta-da! Can you see my bunion in this sock thing? Can you make it out? No?
No.
It's not, because it would be here. Let me get this one off. And you can certainly see the bunion on my left toe. This is the smaller bunion. This is the littler one. Here's the bunion on this foot, but you can't really quite make it out. This sock is not
Back in 1 second.
very bunion.
It's hiding your bunion.
It is.
It's keeping your bunion warm at the same time.
I think it's time to set my bunion free. Just for this week's Bunion Watch. Here we go. So my bunion is the same size, same color, same feeling as it was last bunch of weeks. No change in Dave's bunion situation. Let's remove. Oh, I think Joyce is bringing something. Maybe I'll wait on this. Hold on. Look at that. Look at that. Again, for foot fetishists, it's almost like a Japanese mountain when I show it like that. Look at that thing. There we go. Scale Mount Bunyanjaro. All right, here's my other bunion. This is the big one. This is the monster. Look at that fella. Bunion Watch, my friends. Ho, 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 ho. Bunions. Bunions. Painful. Painful. This is by far the stupidest show in the history of broadcast media. Let's look at it. The problem also is that I can't really get. See, that's how it looks from the other side. That's a serious ass bunion on my right foot. But understand that I am kind of intentionally curving my big toe. If I don't do that, you're going to see there's some level of hammer toe. It is pulled over towards my second toe. But I'm really showing off Mount Bunion here. Mount Bunion rest, if you will. So, my friends, that is this week's edition of Bunion Watch on Dave's Gone By. I should probably play the outro music, play the music as outro music rather than intro, since now I have to put on my socks, like do a whole Mr. Rogers thing. Here goes one foot, here goes the other. It's a beautiful day in the Daverhood, ladies and gentlemen. So, it is about 22:12, which is perfect timing because we still have our our friends of the Daverhood to talk about, as well as our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. So, friends of the Daverhood are people who have been on this program in months or years past, and we let you know what they're up to. We kind of say, hey, it was so great that they were on this show. We were delighted and thrilled to have them. What are they up to now? What have they been doing since they've been on the program? So, yeah, we want to let you know, of course, that our brand new friend of the Daverhood, Stephanie Trudeau, is in Becoming Chavella at Theater for the New City now through January 7th, and that Rabbi Sal Solomon has a website called shalomdammit.com. But what about folks who've been on this show before? Let's hear about the friends of the Daverhood. Thank you, Wolfgang. So yeah, little background music as we talk about who has been on the show and what they've been up to since. Well, first of all, actually, this is the saddest part because a lot of times you've got to say sad things. So condolences to our actress friend of the Daverhood, Kathy Garver. Now you remember her as a child actress in the TV show Family Affair, and she was on the show a few years back. Anyway, her sister-in-law Vera died last week after a long illness. So we wish her and her family, obviously, better times ahead, and our condolences to her. Our condolences also to singer Barb Younger, who lost her mom this past week at the age of 93. So again, condolences to Bob. And something that I just didn't know about, we can't always, I'm basically, with Joyce here, a 1.5 person band doing all of this. So, I don't have a staff going through the library or doing research or dealing with a website or dealing with other things. So my apologies for not knowing and not letting you guys know that our author friend Joseph Rotenberg passed away. He passed away back in February of 2021. So yeah, did not know. He wrote a book called Timeless Travels, and he talked about it on the program a few years back. Not that many years back, in fact. It was all about it was sort of a travelogue book, but with a particularly Jewish tint. And nice book. So, unfortunately, he did pass away about, almost more than 2 years ago now, almost 3 years ago. We just did not know and found out about that this week. Anyway, happier news, stuff being done by friends of the neighborhood. For example, Daniel Kaner is doing his popular show, Jewish Chronicles. He's brought that back to Soho Playhouse, just running through this weekend, today and tomorrow, or just today actually. Daniel Kaner in Jewish Chronicles at the Soho Playhouse on Van Dam Street. Hershey Felder, today and tomorrow in Monsieur Chopin at 59 East 59th Street Theaters, which are located, amazingly enough, at 59 East 59th Street. And he's gotten some really terrific reviews for that show, so you're going to want to see it. It's called Monsieur Chopin at 59E59. And then tomorrow, 2 shows, 3 and 7:30 in the evening. David Broza is doing not exactly a Christmas show, that's the title of it, at City Winery in Manhattan. And playing now through Monday, Clea Blackhurst and Jim Caruso are doing a swinging Birdland Christmas. They're actually doing that on Christmas Day. That's pretty amazing. Over at Birdland.
Well, that's nice. People could go see it.
Yeah. On the, 5, 6, 7, 8, on Friday at 7:30 in the evening, if you're in New Jersey, or even if you're not, you can see Mike Agranoff at the Troubadour. It's going to be in Morristown, New Jersey that he's playing, but they also have a live stream. If you can't get there, you just want to watch. It's troubadourfolkproject.org. troubadourfolkproject.org for tickets either in person or online. Now through February 4th on Broadway, J.O. Sanders is in Purley Victorious at the Music Box Theater. Oh, Augie, we need the noise. We have an alert. Guess for whom? Austin Pendleton alert. Austin Pendleton alert. He has directed a revival of Night of the Iguana, featuring our mutual friend Daphne Rubin Vega. So that was a double. Wow, yeah. So, yeah, you can go see that. The reviews were mixed on this one, but still, it's Night of the Iguana with Daphne Rubin Vega, our friend, and directed by our friend Austin Pendleton. That is at the Signature Theater over on Far West 42nd Street in Manhattan. Lilias White is on Broadway in Hadestown. Stuart Zagnut is on Broadway in Harmony. And the music of Alan Menken can be heard on Broadway in Aladdin and off-Broadway in the revival of Little Shop of Horrors. Seth Beeson-Hirsch does Seth's Talent Showcase every Tuesday evening at Don't Tell Mama in New York. Eric Comstock and Barbara Fasano are at Birdland on Saturday evenings. Vince Giordano and the Nighthawks are at Birdland on Monday nights. And then, of course, Monday later nights, Jim Caruso's cast party every Monday night
Where else
at
would a
Birdland.
Nighthawk be but Birdland?
Well, I missed what?
Where else would a Nighthawk be but Birdland?
Birdland. Oh, as a Nighthawk. I didn't think of that. Wow. Cool. StageBuddy.com is a wonderful website of New York nightlife, which was created and is run by our friend Evan Seplow. And Dr. Demento still doing new and old Dr. Demento shows at drdemento.com. David Sheward writes for
Oh, but I
culturaldaily.com.
miss him and Les. Yeah.
I know, we haven't done a
I
quiz.
wonder if Les got her present.
I haven't heard. I think it was we want to say we mailed our great friend Leslie Hovan Blake a holiday
Well, it was
present.
only fair because David got a present. She's won a lot.
So, but we sent it out midweek on holiday week,
Oh.
and she always has trouble with mail. So I'm guessing she'll get it sometime in February. Yeah, yeah. I'd be amazed if she got it before like January 12th or something. Whatever.
Wow, okay.
But yeah, Leslie Blake, you can see her and our friend Charlie Gross doing Two on the Aisle on YouTube. They review theater on their show. And as I said, David Sheward writing for for TheaterLife.com, CulturalDaily.com, and TotalTheater.com. And Vicky Quaddy out there in Chicago at the Greenhouse Theater doing Christmas bingo and late night catechism. And those, my friends, are the friends of the Daverhood. Thank you, Mozart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's about 11:45 Eastern Time. Here, I know this is gross that I keep going, but so I can get through this. Here in the Daverhood on this Saturday morning, well, we've had so much fun. We've had Stephanie Trudeau in the Daverhood talking about her play, Becoming Chavella. We had Rabbi Sal Solomon interviewing her. We had our Bunion Watch. We've had Greeley Times. We talked about everything from, watching petty crime at a coffee shop to Santa Claus at Trader Joe's. It's just been a show, hasn't it? But we're not done yet. We do have one more item for you, ladies and gentlemen. We have our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. And this is this started many years ago when Joyce and I were living in Colorado, and I took it into my head that wouldn't it be cool, wouldn't it be delightful if I wrote a poem about as many different places in Colorado as I could, using the city or town name as the hook, if you will, of the poem, as the thing you have to rhyme with a lot.
Yes.
And I've done this. I've done this almost 300 times now.
It's a miracle.
It is. Forget the miracle. The miracle of Hanukkah is that I still have a new
I can't believe
Limerick.
it, that you found new places after all these years.
And this one is not so bad. This one is a little, I won't say easier.
Is it PG?
No, I mean, it's not so bad to rhyme.
Oh.
It's,
Oh.
no,
okay.
not so much, no. So, because limericks are intentionally risque, they're rude, they're naughty, particularly when I make them. I'm not exactly Edward Lear. So, I make intentionally tasteless, sexual, and disgusting Colorado limericks of the damned. At some point, if I can do 365 of them somehow, I would love to put together a calendar and just have like a daily calendar of disgusting ways to start your day.
Yes.
But until then, we do one of these a week, and we've been doing them for years now. Today we go to Penrose, Colorado. Penrose, Colorado, for our Colorado Limerick of the Damned.
You're the poetry man.
A limerick is a comic verse of 5 lines, in which lines 1, 2, and 5 will end with words that rhyme. And likewise, verses 3 and 4 also end with words that rhyme. So this is a limerick.
Rocky Mountain,
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, our Colorado Limerick of the Damned. Let me tell you about Penrose. Let me give you some information about Penrose, Colorado. It's in the central part of the state, slightly southern, in Fremont County, pretty good population there. It's about 3,800 people living there. And it's been nicknamed, I kid you not, the model rocket capital of the world.
Ooh.
It is named after mining entrepreneur Spencer Speck Penrose.
Oh, I like that.
He actually opened the Broadmoor Hotel in Colorado Springs, which to this day is still a resort. They keep rebuilding it. But yeah, Penrose, Colorado, is a commuter town for Colorado Springs. It has one traffic light,
Wow.
a volunteer fire station, a trucking company,
Wow.
a gas station, a VFW hall,
There you go.
an elementary school, although the high school is in neighboring Florence,
Okay.
a doctor's office, a post office, a library, a grocery, 3 small restaurants, the Estes Industries Model Rocket Factory,
There you go.
and 3, understand this town has 1 traffic light, it has 3 medical marijuana dispensaries. So this should tell you something about Penrose, Colorado,
Yeah.
and Colorado in general.
Yeah.
So I love it. Penrose gained national media attention. This is awful. Just a couple of weeks ago,
Why?
after the Return to Nature funeral home was raided by the sheriff's office.
Oh, no.
This was in October of this year.
What did they do?
Well, there were complaints of a foul smell in the area, and the raid revealed 189 improperly stored dead bodies. The FBI is looking into it.
Yeah.
So no matter how disgusting my poem is,
Yeah.
it actually, for once, it pales in comparison.
Yeah, this is a new one. We never had anything like that
Yeah.
before. That's the.
Well, I mean, we did have, where was the place? Columbine.
Yeah,
where-
no, but this is like that's yucky.
Yeah. How is, I mean, you would figure,
But there's a
funeral.
natural burial. What is it called? Penrose?
Penrose is the city, or the town, Return to Nature funeral home. Again, nature's a filing cabinet.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. How do you have that many bodies?
Return to Nature Funeral Home. Oh boy, they're open.
Really?
Yeah, open 24 hours. That's a fake. They have a fake page. They do have an Instagram account.
Really? What do they have on it?
It says 1938. Oh, they're green. So green burial means they don't do formaldehyde. It's more
Obviously not. They don't do anything. It's like, yeah, we keep them on the basement floor. We stack them like cordwood.
Return to Nature Funeral Home. I'm gonna read the.
Yeah, please.
The story. Oh God.
Oh God, what?
This is from Colorado Public Radio.
Uh-oh.
It says we're arrested in Oklahoma. 190 sets of decaying remains, and they said abhorrent conditions. Some bodies were dead since 2019.
Why?
It says law enforcement now knows the. Oh my God! They gave people cremains, but it wasn't their loved ones.
Oh, wow. These people are going to spend the rest of their lives in
Yeah.
prison.
It said they were jailed on $2 million bond. I don't understand.
Why would they do that? What is so hard? You get the body, you prepare it, there's a funeral, you put it in the casket, you put it in the...
Several family members have told the Associated Press and the FBI told them privately that their loved ones were among the decaying bodies, which means the ashes they were given weren't their family members, but they're giving them the ashes to analyze. One woman said a red urn, she said it was her son. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And
What?
And then they found her son and they cremated him and gave her the real son.
Holy cow.
She said she marched all over with these ashes protesting and it wasn't her son. They're using DNA to identify people.
Why would they... Here's what I don't understand. They had real ashes.
So he said that. He said the son of a woman that was supposedly taking care of him wasn't.
Yeah.
The grandson said, how do you even stomach that? Where do you store 200 people?
And if you have cremains, why not just use the cremains of the actual person? I don't understand any of this.
Yeah,
You have the fire. You've got the.
They thought it was 115 people. It was 189.
How is this saving anybody
And then-
money?
I guess so you don't have to cremate them. You don't have to burn.
Yeah, so what? It's a fire.
A day after the odor was reported,
Yeah.
they spoke by phone to the owner. He tried to conceal it. He said they have a problem at the site and claimed he practiced taxidermy there. And that's the smell. Which
Oh,
wasn't-
come on.
and
I mean, it was Thanksgiving and there was stuffing, but please.
They weren't performing any cremation.
So they've been open for like 2.5, 3 years. Since this.
No, they've been open for a long time, but they went natural in 17, and it says it's been intentional, and they didn't think about. That's so weird.
So where are the bodies? Just in a room? Could you imagine having like a summer job, like a college kid being paid, $12.50 an hour?
The company started 2000 with the green burials.
Yeah, but it's still burials.
It says Colorado has the weakest oversight of funeral homes.
I guess.
Obviously. I mean, that's
I guess.
so weird. Like, why?
I mean, dig a hole. If they're gonna do burials and not cremations,
The families are speaking out on USA. What is it? USA Today.
yeah, because this is recent. This was in October.
They're saying now they have to start grieving again because they thought they
Yeah.
had the person.
Yeah, my God. Wouldn't it be great if you opened up the door of that room and like a couple of them moved? It's like, I'm not dead.
Biohazard.
Yeah, yeah. If you have a rotting body since 2019, and they're not using formaldehyde to preserve anything, I can't even. But I don't understand. I would figure it costs more to have space to keep 200 bodies than it would be to just have 5 bodies over the course of a weekend, waiting, prepared, and then floop, they go in the casket, or floop, they go in the fire. I can't understand what they
The
gained.
only good part is they can use DNA.
Yeah, but I just don't understand what the family or the owners of this funeral parlor, mortuary,
I
gained
don't understand it either.
by doing this. Why would
I
you?
don't understand why you wouldn't. Yeah, I'm reading the.
I mean, I understand, I mean, it's awful, but I get it when a funeral home would be like, oh, he wants to be buried with his favorite gold watch.
Or
And he
do
wants to
they
be buried-
allow them to decompose naturally? That's a big trend. Which
Yeah. Well, okay, fine. But, or they say his wedding ring, he wants to wear that, and then you have some workers at the funeral things. Nobody's going to know. After the funeral's over.
Fingerprints and dental records to try to. It's going to be very lengthy.
But I understand that would have some value, that suddenly they go off to a local pawn
Oh my
shop.
God! It
What?
says authorities have taken special care to avoid biohazards after an employee with the county coroner's office, and they're covered, sustained a rash upon initiating
Oh!
the facility. She made a full recovery after getting.
Oh,
He
wow.
said he declared it a disaster so they could get more help.
What else?
Said the owners were not cooperative.
Really? Really? The
Oh,
back.
look at this.
Yeah.
According to an investigation by AP, the owners were evicted from one of their properties after failing to pay their taxes and were sued by a crematory that stopped doing business with them.
Oh,
So that's probably what happened.
good. Oh, so they were shipping out the bodies and they never found another crematory.
Yeah, I guess they didn't. Yeah.
Or they can get one of those gas fireplaces like we have that could just kind of crackle, 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 which is a bit of a shock if they're not quite dead.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, and the reviews are great little funeral home, caring, personable staff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the reviews on Google.
They have a bit of a backlog. Wow.
That's crazy.
Just the idea of storing 200
Yeah.
whatever bodies. It's not even
Why didn't they
mummified.
just bury them?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I've been asking.
Yeah.
Why? Or But before they were doing cremations. Why?
No, but they had to find they lost the relationship with the
Fine.
place.
So you find another.
Yeah.
Build a fire.
I know.
I don't know what. Anyway, the Back to Nature. So this has put Penrose in the news
Yes.
nationally, and now I'm going to put it in the news internationally by doing a Colorado Limerick of the Damned for Penrose, Colorado, here on Dave's Gone By the way, it's noon Eastern Time here in the Daverhood. You're watching the 923rd episode of Dave's Gone By with me, Dave Lefkowitz, my wife Joyce, and we're on to the Colorado Limerick of the Damned. When Horny, my friend now and then goes to visit Sweet Penny in Penrose, she's not all that pretty, her makeup is shitty, but she curls each one of his 10 toes. Yeah? See, not as disgusting as you thought it was going to be.
They can't beat that story.
Yeah, I know, right? It's sort of a letdown after I give 200 bodies in a room. Anyway, if you have any complaints or problems or issues, you know that you can email me, davesgoneby@aol.com, davesgoneby@aol.com, or message me right on my Facebook page. You can post under the show or send me a direct message at Dave's Gone By on Facebook. Either way, love to hear from you. Happy to hear from you. Remember, we also have an Instagram page, david.lefkowitz. We also have our Twitter feed, Radio Dave 2, Radio Dave and the number 2. And remember that we also have the website of my writing, which is davelefkowitz.org. This is different from the radio station, the radio show page, the podcast page. This is just my writings, my sketches, my reviews, my one-act plays, my full-length plays, interviews I've done with people, just agglomerating all the writing I've done over the past 40 years as best I can in the time I have allowed. So check that out, davelefkowitz.org. It's got more than 1,000 items on there. So anytime you're in the mood for a little of me in print, which is, kind of different from me verbally, check it out, davelefkowitz.org. And of course, check out davesgoneby.com, which, as I said, I'm very, very happy to announce that we've gone back to our shows over the past year and a half.
Yeah.
And whenever possible, which is most of the time, replaced the limited, shall we say, not bandwidth, limited megabyte files.
Making it more, not so it's condensed.
Yeah, much higher quality, back to our 2 and 3 gig sized, the original files that we got when we do the show. So the quality is as good now on Dave's Gone By as it has been on archive.org, and I'm very happy about that. So yeah, but you can go to davesgoneby.com, you can go to archive.org. If you want the audio, you can go to Castbox, .fm. Lots of different ways. We also have a YouTube channel called Dave's Gone By. To catch up with the show, tons of ways. Plus, even on Facebook, you can keep scrolling backward and backward to see the last few years of episodes. It's just it doesn't start on Facebook before like 2018, before we started doing the show on Facebook. Then you really have to go to davesgoneby.com for the archives. But either way, there's a ton of material out there, interviews in their own separate archive, and virtually every single show we've ever done available to you. And I hope you enjoy going through it, because, we can't be here 24/7, even though I'd love to. We do have to step away from the mic, step away from the video camera. But if you need your extra dose of Dave in the middle of the week, you're having a rough Wednesday, and it's hump day and you're not quite over it, go to davesgoneby.com, flip on a Dave's Gone By, and get a little Bunion watch, or a little trivia quiz, or a little Wretched Pun of Destiny, or story time, or all these. We haven't done Dave's Big Dictionary in a very, very long time. I always bring that back, but when I'm feeling a little better. Anyway, thank you all for joining us on this Saturday. Now it is afternoon. It's 12:05 in the afternoon here in the Daverhood. Thank you for joining us. Thank you again to Stephanie Trudeau, who is off Broadway in Becoming Chavella at Theater for the New City now through January 7th. Thank you to Rabbi Sal Solomon, whose website is shalomdammit.com. Thank you to my wonderful wife, Joyce. And remember, we're not going to be here next Saturday morning for the 724th episode of Dave's Gone By. I don't know. But we are going to be
New
here
Year's special.
on Sunday evening, well, night, actually, 10 o'clock, on New Year's Eve, December 31st, for the 924th episode.
What annual,
I don't know how many we've done of these.
It's gotta be at least over 10 years, 20
Oh
years.
my God, we were doing them at GBB.
Oh God, so how many years? 30?
Well, no, I haven't done the show there, but it's got to be about 14 maybe years.
Wow.
We were doing them. I don't know which came
like
first.
The 14th annual,
I do that for the Tony shows.
Yeah, that's
but
what I'm
I
surprised
forget.
you don't do it for the.
I never thought about it.
It
But
probably parallels New Year's Eve one anyway.
Yeah. What do you mean parallels? Like Dick Clark's Rockin' Eve?
Oh, you don't have your thing with the disco balls. We'll get your stuff for there.
Yeah. I had disco balls, but then I got some Crew X and I feel better.
Oh, good.
Thank you very much. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah.
that's the show. This has been me,
Here.
Dave Lefkowitz, my darling, wonderful wife, Joyce. Get my hat on. Thank you, Janice, for the lovely gifts. Thank you, Joyce, for the tea and the
I know
sympathy.
you needed it today, yeah.
Everybody, have a great, everyone, whether you're Christian or Jewish or not, have a fine, safe holiday. Let's hope for a better year and better times ahead.
Yeah, but you're gonna have a New Year's show where you can do all that.
Oh yeah. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna try and get a bunch of guests on the New Year. We're gonna do our usual New Year thing. Plus, Potato will be with it. And by the time this time next week, Potato's teeth will be absolutely straight. They're gonna be gorgeous.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He'll be.
He'll be
Yeah.
rocking a New Year's look with his teeth. He'll have new teeth.
He
I'll have
will.
to make them.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
you've done
yeah,
that. You had the
yeah,
Dracula.
yeah,
We can do it.
yeah.
We can do it. Have a wonderful week, folks. We'll see you on New Year's Eve. And gone bye.
Days gone by, days gone by, days gone by.
Do da da dee da da do da da dee da do da da dee da da do da da dee da do da da dee da da do da da dee da do da da dee da da do da da dee da do da da dee da da do da da dee da do da da dee da da do